Eric the Midget, you're on the air. Go ahead. By the way, I received a note yesterday from Jimmy Kimmel with regard to Eric the Midget. And Jimmy begs me on the Real Doll decision. He says, you've got to make Eric the Midget Real Doll. You have to. He says, I'm begging you. He says, don't make me beg. He says, I wouldn't do anything.
Would he come in
he says, I'll
and
pay
have
for
sex with it?
Would Jimmy have sex with it?
Now, let's put it on the line. How much does he want the Eric Real Doll?
He's not going to show his penis, I don't think. I think he's kind of hung like me. I get that vibe.
Well, I know his takes a strange turn, doesn't it, or something?
Yeah, well, he has like a weird hole in his penis that he'd have it operate.
Like a whale, it spouts out the top.
Yeah. Eric, do you mind if we make a real doll? I mean, not that you have a choice, but we might make a real doll out of you.
That's not going to happen.
Oh, no.
You don't have anything to do with it.
You know what? We can get all his favorite hats
and
swap them out as he's getting fucked by somebody. He can have that San Francisco hat, that Oakland A's hat.
Yeah, we're going to do
that product hat that he wears when he's on there trying to push something.
Jimmy wants it, and it seems like a good idea.
Oh, yeah, the 49ers hat. That would look really good.
Will it have that little scruff under his chin?
Yeah, it'll look exactly like Eric.
Will
everything.
Will it have the blotch?
It'll have everything that you see on him.
Oh.
I'll get a little wheelchair.
And some glasses.
Yeah, the crooked glasses.
And I can get a wheelchair for him.
Yeah. That's the perfect thing for the real doll.
And we can put that on cam.
But what are we going to do with him? Is like Richard going to have sex with him?
Yes.
Why not?
Yeah. What do you think of that, Eric?
As I'm trying to say, if you do it, you're going to face some fucking legal problems.
What legal problems?
I'm not going to allow you to do that.
I'll go to court with you over that. You imagine the judge on that one?
We'll bring Eric in the wheelchair.
Kids, you can make a real doll out of anyone you want.
Yeah,
he's a public figure.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if it's a public figure. We're making a real doll, and we're putting his face on it.
Plus, I'd love to go to court and tell a judge that, like bringing the real doll with Eric sitting there.
Yeah, wheel it in.
Yeah, Eric, we're not fucking you against your will.
Yeah.
Fucking a doll.
We're fucking a doll, and we're calling it Eric the Midget.
So
and we're not selling it. We're just having fun with it.
How are we harming you?
How are we harming you?
It's not going to allow you to do that.
I don't need your permission.
We don't need it.
I don't need permission for that.
Howard, please make it. There's three of us out here. We'll all fuck it. Just make it.
We have to make it now.
You need to send me your full measurements.
He sent you a picture.
Oh, yeah. Hey, did you bring that stuff in, Artie?
Yeah, Gary's got it.
Oh, good. We'll need that for the real doll. Artie brought in the stuff, Eric. So now I can use your pictures to create the real Eric the Midget real doll.
Boy, can you imagine when we get that thing? Oh. Who are the three guys who want to have sex with it, Gary?
Richard
and Sal.
Right.
Me, Richard, and Sal. We'll all do it.
And Gary, too? Wow.
You know what? I'm not gay, but I would fucking pull a train
Sounds
on
like
you.
it, fucker.
We'll pull a train on you.
Hey, Eric. I'm going to take the real doll, the Eric the Midget real doll, and fly it around with balloons.
Yeah.
And so finally you'll sort of be flying with balloons.
Yeah, so the SF in your hat stands for so fucked.
Can you fuck the doll while he has the balloons on?
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
Wow.
It's a doll.
I'll do it with the balloons on.
Hey, what do you want to say, Richard?
I can't wait to take the little claw hand on the Eric the Midget real doll and wrap it around my cock.
You're going to let Eric give you a hand job.
Yeah, that's how it's going to start. That's the foreplay.
He can't do that hand, though, this guy, can he?
I just want Eric sitting here every day.
Yeah. Not talking.
Right.
No, not talking, just getting fucked.
Isn't Eric flattered, though, that we want to fuck a real doll of him?
Of course he is.
No, you fucking hick.
Come on, I'd be honored, Eric.
Well, that's because you're gay.
Here's what Jimmy wrote me. I'll read it to you exactly. Please have them make an Eric the Midget real doll. They're small. Maybe they'll even throw it in for free. Please.
You mean they'll give us the woman and then throw Eric in?
Yeah, they'll just use the leftover rubber from the Ronnie doll to make Eric.
The shit they leave over from Ronnie.
Yeah.
With Ronnie and Eric, you could probably still have enough free. Ronnie's not that big either.
Right.
There's got to be something left over.
Eric, admit on some level you're curious to see what it looks like.
No.
It's the same as when these celebrities get the wax museum to make a
Madame
Tussauds wax museum. I can't imagine you're not flattered on some level.
I'm not.
This is an honor.
We don't do this for anyone. We got one shot at a free real doll.
Oh, well, use it on someone else.
Let me check with Dominic to make sure Eric can't sue us over it. Okay, hold on. Dominic, hi.
Absolutely no lawsuit. It's
Right.
fair satire. If you made 1 million of them and sold them publicly, that would be different. But you can do anything you want. It's like my trying to sue all these things on YouTube. I can't do anything.
Right. What, Eric, what hair color do you want us to use? Would you send us your hair color, the exact hair color you use?
I won't send you shit.
Well, we already have his penis measurement. He said he's 5 inches, so we have
so we
that.
can make that perfect.
Yeah.
It's going to have a cock?
Yeah.
So
Of course it's going to have a cock.
Are you going to blow it?
Are you
No,
gonna blow Eric?
I'm not going to do
You
anything
wouldn't
gay.
blow Eric.
You're not
No.
going to put it in your ass?
No, I'm
You're
going
fucking a gun? What do you mean?
I'm going to fuck it, but if I blow it, that's gay.
You're going to fuck Eric in the ass?
Yeah.
Wow.
I bet it'll be tight.
Welcome to Kansas Logic.
And that's not gay.
No,
No, he's the man.
I'm the man.
You're the woman.
Right.
You'll be gay,
In
or
certain
you're real
cultures-
doll.
In certain cultures, that's considered macho.
Yeah, it's a rite of passage.
And Cubans in particular. Men can fuck other men.
So, Dominic, in other words, I can't mass market these and sell them. That's
No.
Eric's thing. And Eric, you know
Wait.
what? You might end up with a big business out of this.
But you could take a like a Chihuahua and have it have sex with Eric. That would be legal.
Yeah.
Anything you want to satire the body.
Wow.
Wow.
What about, would Eric have a case if it gets amazingly popular and we have to charge extra ad dollars in a segment where we're fucking the real doll?
No, I think that's even legal also, by the way.
I have a question for Dominic. What if we took an actual Chihuahua, put an Eric the Midget mask on it, and fuck the Chihuahua?
Legal.
Illegal?
Nope.
Well, we're
Legal.
fucking
Satire.
Satire.
Oh, good.
All right, thank you,
satire?
Dominic.
You can fuck a dog?
Thank you, Dominic.
It's satire.
Thank you very much. There are satirical rules.
As long as it's wearing an Eric the Midget mask.
Hey, Dorian, you're on the air in Washington, D.C.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hey.
Man, this whole real doll concept is the funniest freaking concept ever, man. It's so daggone funny. Man, hey, I want to ask, if you make the Eric the Midget real doll, can the fans come in and fuck him?
Sure.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll have to be
Line
tested.
him up.
You are going to get so much action, Eric.
We should have like a big, event, like a giant stadium where fans get
An
to
Eric
fuck
the
the
Midget
doll.
gangbang.
Yeah, that's gross.
An Eric gangbang at the stadium.
Eric, this is starting.
Cockying his little feet.
Eric, this is starting to take on a movement of its own.
You can even throw in like remember when Scott the engineer was going to get fucked in the ass and you like cover it with a sheet and just show a face or something like that?
Right.
What about getting a big black eye in there like that? What was the guy's name we were going to get for Scott?
Lexington Steel.
Lexington Steele's not gay, though.
But now it's Eric. It wouldn't be the
Right,
same.
that's true. All right, thank you. Well, Eric, maybe if you're lucky, and I do say lucky because it would bring you a lot of attention, I might make the real doll into you. Thinking about it.
That gets my
Don't
vote.
even do it.
Oh, we got to do it just
I'm
because he
probably
says
gonna
that.
do it.
Think about the millions of fans, and you've been chosen.
Yeah, out of everyone.
Yeah, it could have been high pitch Eric.
It's an honor.
Well,
it's
high
you.
pitch is gay, so it would work.
He just fucking came on a whore's ass.
Eric, really,
face.
what is your objection to it? I don't understand. It's not you being gay. It's just a real doll,
doll.
replica of you. I don't really understand your problem with it. I just think you're overreacting.
No, I'm not overreacting.
All right, articulate to me why you don't want this.
Because it's stupid. It's not something that I ever want to see done.
Well, you don't have to watch it.
That's true.
But how could he not?
He'll watch it.
But I think there's far more people that want it than don't
Let me
want
see
it.
if anybody else
Can
wants
you
it.
imagine on Howard TV there'll be a whole section just of people having sex with Eric?
We could have Nick Manning come in and fuck it.
Dropping loads all over Eric the Midget.
Dropping loads all over that little midget ass.
Alex, you're on the air in Queens.
Howard,
Hi.
I was going to suggest Oprah or Ines, but you've got to make it Eric. You've got to make it Eric.
The fans like it, Eric.
And release those two sexual deviants fucking Silent Richard on them. Let them go to town on them.
So you like? I've read in the emails a lot of people were saying Imus, but you like the Eric the Midget real doll better.
Yeah.
I see.
By popular demand, Eric.
I think that's the mandate.
I was going for Oprah, but it's got to be Eric Midget.
Shut up, you fucking loser. Get the fuck off the phone.
Wow.
Suck it, Eric.
Eric will be doing a lot of that.
Thank you, Alex.
Suck it, Eric.
Would you like me to squeal like a pig?
Plus, maybe they can use some cool technology like a chia pet where the goatee on the Eric doll can grow.
Like we have to shave
like his,
Eric?
yeah.
I don't think they can do that.
We'll get a $200,000 real doll.
All right, here's the big question. If there is an Eric the Midget real doll in the studio, Robin, would you do anything with it? Would you at least?
I'm not doing anything
Would you
with any
pose
real doll.
holding his penis?
I would pose holding his penis.
All
Yeah,
right.
I would do that.
Would you, with your clothes on, would you put a strap on it and have sex with it?
Oh,
I can't even imagine. That's
Would you
sick.
consider that?
that is
Eric, would you
beautiful.
like that?
Eric, that ain't gay, at least. You could,
It would be heterosexual sex for a change.
What do you?
Shut up, you stupid cackling bitch.
Now I have to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Eric, you don't know much about psychology, do you? You should have just said, it doesn't bother me at all.
What? Where are these? Do you want me to open this package you sent for me, Eric?
Yeah, let's see what's so important.
Yes, please.
All right. Gary, can you bring me the package, please?
What is so important?
Eric
in this
gave
package?
Artie a package when Artie was in San Francisco doing his stand-up, and it took Artie about 4 days to locate it. But where'd you find it, Artie?
Actually, he did a smart thing. It was in like a FedEx envelope type thing, so it was
I
that
see.
size. It fit into my overnight bag, and I took it out when I got home, and it was underneath all the pizza and shit. I had to find it.
Gary, what is it in this envelope?
Okay, there's really two things in here. The first thing is everyone that's in here right now got an autographed picture from Eric, and everyone got a personalized greeting. Like, for instance, mine says, Dear Gary, you'll need a lifetime supply of toothpaste and Orbits.
Oh.
And like Robin, something about meat and vegetables, but everyone got their own picture.
Eric,
how cute.
Be honest with me. Did you come up with these things that you wrote on the picture, or did the people help you with it?
Oh, I came up with it.
It's your own original idea.
Yes.
All right, let me see these pictures of Eric. These are the 8x10s?
Yes.
Wow. Well, that is a handsome picture of you.
I'd love to see the ones he turned down.
This would be good to give to the guy from the Real Doc, because he's going to need a picture of Eric if he's going to really make this
Yeah,
thing.
we need that exact outfit.
Yeah. Now, let's see. To Howard Stern, thank you for the 6 years of being on your show. I notice you print. You don't write script.
Correct.
From actor, Eric the Midget Crossed Out Actor.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's okay. Also, thank you for letting me promote my store. And then he writes, first call, 9/19/02.
You know what? The way he writes on a picture, it looks like it's graffitied.
I like it. I like the picture very much. Suitable for framing. I'm going to frame this, Eric.
Mine's already on my wall.
Eric, I'm going to frame it.
That's good.
It's very nice.
Yeah, it's weird, though. It's not Eric. It's saying thank you for something.
To Fred, if you push that button one more time, I'll smash your fingers. Ack, you jackass. From Eric the Midget Crossed Out Actor. To Robin, stop your damn cackling, you witch.
Jesus.
Put a veggie up your pussy and shut up.
Ooh, I have to do the strap-on thing now.
You got a sexy one.
To Artie, haha, this year your Yankees are as bad as my A's. Wow, the Yankees aren't going to the playoffs. From Eric. And look at that picture. Boy, Eric, I tell you what, was this doctored in any way, this picture? There are no blotches on your face.
Well, I have to say that, yeah, it was.
Yeah, I thought so.
Oh, you cleaned it up.
What did they do, Photoshop it?
Yeah, they also changed the microphone so there wouldn't be any problems because before it said Sirius, so I figured if it's going to be sold so I don't run into any problems, I better change it to JFSC.TV.
And Eric, you don't have any problem with the enormous Coca-Cola can in front of you? The
Yeah,
biggest
so Coke
corporation?
doesn't have any problem with you selling?
How many pictures are we talking about that you might have to reproduce?
Well, so far I've sold somewhere between 200 or 300.
I was going to say, the guy looks very, very handsome in this. I had a feeling, Robin, that this was doctored in some way. On your face, they got rid of all the blotches,
Yeah,
right?
his skin looks beautiful.
Yeah. Did they do something with your skin?
Yeah, they fixed, it was fixed up.
Is there anything else I should know? Did they touch up anything else?
No?
Yeah, and I see your hair is recently dyed in this picture. It looks good. Well,
Now, Howard, there was another thing in the package.
Yes.
And this is, I believe, a wedding gift that Eric had sent to you, and it's inscribed. It's a book.
A book? That was very nice, Eric. Thank you. Jewish chess masters on stamps.
What?
Let's see. What is this? What is this book?
I don't
Eric?
know, but the first page, Howard, is inscribed.
They found it in 𝗙𝗻's closet when they were.
Jewish chess
To
masters.
Howard Stern, congratulations on your wedding to 𝗦𝗁. Thank you for the 6 years of airtime. JFSC.TV. Eric the Midget Actor. I hope you like this book. Jewish chess masters on stamps. And I'm not sure I understand what that means, but
I don't see any stamps.
I don't know.
Stamps are in the book.
I hear this.
I guess it's Jewish. I guess it's exactly what it says, right?
Yeah. All right. Very good, Eric. Well, I don't know quite what to say. I know Beth's going to love this. I'm glad you thought of both of us. This is very nice of you. Thank you. And whether you see it as an honor or not, I happen to see it as an honor. I'm really considering selecting you as the one person I will make a real doll out of.
You got to think, Eric. The real doll stays here all the time. It's always in the studio.
It'll always be on camera, and it'll probably boost your business quite a bit, but I don't know for sure.
Right.
And then if Nick Manning or someone comes in and fools around with you, it'll add to your fame.
It means your name was getting mentioned.
Yeah. So you'd be very lucky if I select you. Do you see that at all?
No, I don't. I don't see it as an honor at all.
Wow. Well, it is an honor, and I'm just informing you of that.
Do you really think I can hang
all
a...
over Eric the Midget's wheelchair. Midget fuck wet power chair.
Do you really think I can hang a picture that says, what? Stuff a vegetable in your pussy?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't hang that,
Hang
Eric.
that in your news booth.
You can put something over the line, pussy.
Put it on the boat.
I'm hanging mine.
Yeah, but he said nice things to you. I can't. I mean, that's...
He calls you a witch and says to put vegetables in your pussy.
Yeah, I can't hang that.
That's not very nice, Eric.
Disgusting.
Well, when is she ever really nice to me?
Right.
Well, that's not the sentiment of a gift,
Excuse me? I thought it was nice to you until you got to be so mean.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric, and thank you for the gifts, and good luck with your business. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Eric the Midget saying that he does not like the idea of an Eric the Midget real doll, which makes me even want it more.
I was going to say, which makes it more intriguing.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So I've got to make a final decision eventually.
Ask you about Eric the Actor or Eric the Midget.
Yeah.
Artie, if we make this real doll that resembles Eric the Midget, what will your style be like when banging him?
I'm not gonna bang him.
Really?
Nah, I don't. I'm above that. I have a career outside of this studio in law, going nights for a law degree.
So banging replicas of midgets, it wouldn't.
I put it this way: I have a future in politics. I'm not going to do that. Let one of the assholes back here do it.
I can respect that. No, I wanted to ask you how serious you are about the prospect of strapping on something and like that transition.
Well, you know, it almost makes me not want to have an Eric the Midget doll
Would
in
you
the
really
studio.
do it?
I would have to become a character
Right.
and put on the strap on and do my job.
And separate yourself from the real Russ.
That's right. It would be my character, not me.
I'll be gentle at first because he's a smaller guy. I'd kind of, caress him, rub his blotches a little bit, massages his claw, and then, slowly put the claw onto my penis, put it around there, help the claw move up and down. Because I don't want to get injured, I don't want the claw to, scratch me or anything, so I'll be real gentle and slow. And we'll slowly work up to a good midget fucking.
If we do pick Eric the Midget, what would your style be like while banging him?
First of all, I wouldn't bang him as Eric the Midget. I would bang him as Eric the Actor because I respect him and I like him. I consider him a friend, and I know he prefers Eric the Actor.
Right.
So if I have sex with him, it'll be me having sex with Eric the Actor, not Eric the Midget.
Well, with that being established, your Eric the Actor approach, I mean, some people have mentioned running trains, some people have mentioned strap-ons. What would be your sort of style?
I would just do it like a guy, just simple and, to the point, and, that's how, I think, just get in there and do it. Not a lot of...
Pretension.
Yeah, just a straight old-fashioned, fucking.
Gary came in and he told me the TV guys, for some reason, when you were singing to cocaine, and you were going berserk in
Oh,
there.
no, they found it?
So I said,
damn.
Well, you would just say to Cocaine, the song they played
I know,
this
but
morning.
I do that in here because I know it can't be recorded.
Well,
They got it?
Yeah, I said to Gary, I only give Robin the option whether she wants to play that on the air or not. I know you're sensitive for some reason about your singing.
I am
are you
very
over
sensitive.
That? I have to protect Robin. I need her up and peppy.
There was something weird going on. Nobody knows because nobody else heard it, but the TV guys, for some reason, were getting Robin's microphone because I think they're like separate feeds.
I don't know. Must be a separate feed. I want to hear it if you're up for it.
I'll listen to it,
All
but those performances will never be happening again.
Yeah, you better. I never sing in here. I don't know why you are singing.
I thought you. I thought it was cute. It wasn't like it's not like you're wailing away.
Where is it? I want to hear
I think it's Gary page 1 now. I already forgot.
Cocaine. See, now you're not hearing the music.
It's better this way.
Down to the ground, cocaine. She don't lie, cocaine.
You're going on American Idol.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. It's cocaine.
You ever since you did that drug.
And you want to run on cocaine.
Well, you're not down. You sound better here than you do in other attempts.
Cocaine.
Look at the party.
Cocaine.
What is this cocaine? That's the part.
No, I told you I was just having fun. I wasn't even paying attention. Cocaine.
You're on key at least. You've gotten better.
Down to the ground, cocaine. She don't lie, cocaine, cocaine,
cocaine,
cocaine, it's cocaine,
it's cocaine.
And you wanna run on cocaine,
cocaine. All right. I like the finger snapping.
And I even remember when I was changing the name of cocaine, I was like, what am I doing?
Cocaine. Cocaina.
What am I doing? I wasn't even paying. I was just in the moment. I was
You're not
just
even
like,
true to the words. You're
carrying on.
Cocaina.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Cocaina. Diano.
Down to the ground, cocaine.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Jason, and on Monday's wrap-up show, myself, Brian Phelan, Scott DePace, Gary, we're all in there talking about the proper way to raise and train your dog. Scott thinks you beat them into submission. Everybody else says you're crazy. Check it out.
Howard said he spent all weekend upset over not Phelan putting wee-wee pads in his puppy's crate, because that's one thing, but rather the comment that Scott DePace made to the Howard 100 News about smacking the dog around. I didn't hear it. I don't know what he said, but it seemed like Howard was genuinely upset over it.
Well, there's two things I want to talk about there. We'll talk about what Scott said, but first, this is one of those things that Howard, I wish he could learn to not do. There's a dog from North Shore Animal League, and Beth was trying to help get the dog a home, and one of our guys took it. And that's great. And after that, it's okay. But Howard feels this responsibility for the whole process, which he really shouldn't have to. He's already done enough to bring the two parties together. If Brian Phelan doesn't do his job correctly, it doesn't reflect bad on Howard, yet he feels that way. And I feel bad for him. But Howard's it makes him crazy.
But he's just not that kind of guy. He cares, and he cares what's happening with this dog.
But
for a couple of reasons.
You can't take responsibility for everything. And I feel like he takes a lot of responsibility for stuff that he can't control, to the point where it really sort of helps him not be as happy as he could be.
Yeah, well, he did say that he wishes Beth didn't do it almost, because then he wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. But the issue really wasn't with Phelan and what he was doing. It was more, although that was part of the issue, it was more of what Scott said. And then when you were in there, it took about 3 seconds for you to light up on DePace. You got into it really quickly.
He just said, all I went in there to say was, Scott said, the trainer I work with said it's okay to hit a dog, which is just not the truth. So then he took a shot at me, and then I went back, but I wasn't looking.
You weren't at my house when I was talking to
I know that
trainer.
Jason actually, this is really more, God's honest truth, more between you and Jason.
Yeah,
and
of course.
because Jason's telling me what he did. In other words, sometimes people tell me stuff and I go in as the representative.
So you were saying what Jason had told you.
Jason worked with this particular trainer. So again, I didn't work with the guy. So
Training
Jason,
like a cat.
Jason should come in training his dog.
No.
And Jason said that the trainer said he's a no-hands trainer, meaning you don't hit or touch the dog in any way. And DePace is saying that's not the truth.
Look,
so
my wife was there, so, if we need a corroboration of the story.
You guys didn't say opposite things.
Well, no, he did, because he's saying it's okay to hit a dog.
He said, no. He said, Scott said the trainer said that it's not his method, but he doesn't, he's accepting of it.
And in fact, everything all of his training had to do with dominance. It all had to do with, when you go out a door, you make sure you go out first. When you put his food in the bowl, make sure he doesn't eat until you tell him it's time to eat.
Listen, there's a big difference between dominance and physical, using physical force.
This all comes down to whether you think slapping a dog on the ass a couple of times to train them is cruel. I don't see how it is. My dog plays with other dogs, and they're constantly biting each other. Isn't that a lot worse than just a little pat on the ass?
I don't know. I'm not going to get into it.
We got to ask
it's not my fight for me and you, so I'm not going to
Scott,
get into it.
they're dogs. They don't know about patting on the ass.
Well, I'm just saying, if it's about pain, then yes, you just said it. They're dogs. So I think they can handle the little bit of pain that they're actually getting. I don't think they're getting any.
Why do you think they can handle it? Like, what gives you that idea?
Well, I'm just saying their threshold must be pretty high. Whenever the dog bites me, I want to just jump out a window. It hurts. So they're biting each other. That must be okay.
No, my point is that the dogs don't know any better. They don't think, well, if I hit you,
exactly. So then why are you putting the human trait that it's cruel when I slap them on the ass?
Because you're a human. You're a human.
They're not.
Thank you for pointing that out.
But Scott, you got to think about what you just said for a second. Do you think a dog feels pain?
Yeah, probably. But
do you think that they might feel pain when they might feel pain when they're bit? Also, do you think they might, if they could? Do you think they would avoid it to be okay?
I mean, they keep going at it. They keep playing and going at it.
Hold on a second. You know anything about? They don't bite down as hard as they can. That's how dogs play. They don't have hands.
What are you, a dog?
Yeah, I'm a dog. That's how I know what dogs are like, because that's the only way you can understand
really,
a dog.
You just came in like you're some dog expert. What the hell are you?
I own a dog. I watch them play.
Life. I've had dogs my whole life.
Dogs don't go and they bite each other as hard as they can, you idiot.
I'm telling you that when they bite, because I'll put my hand in there,
your
it
dog
hurts.
bites you. If you put your hand out, then there's something wrong with your dog.
It's not. He's not chomping down trying to draw blood, but in the midst, yeah, it hurts a lot.
Well, there's something wrong with your dog. Then. I don't know what to tell you.
Idiot! What you? All right, I won't use words. What you guys?
You won't use words.
I won't use terms.
We're going to communicate telepathically over here.
Hold on, Jason.
So here it goes into the Jason piece of shit vortex.
What happened? Those are words. It sounds like.
Scott, finish your point. Finish your point.
God, I hate you.
I know, it makes me so happy.
Asshole. It's funny. So many people tell me when they hear you, they've got to just turn it off.
It's funny because I hear that about you sometimes too. I hear about both. I hear about both.
But I don't.
So no one's listening now. So finish your point.
In your pink shirt, please continue.
Jason, let him talk.
You're 350 pounds, you fat whale.
Keep wearing your pink shirt.
Good.
Your point.
I forget what I was talking about.
All right, then let's
take. You were saying when a dog chomps down, it hurts your
Scott.
hand.
Yeah. So apparently they must have a threshold for pain. I don't think what I did is at all cruel. I don't sit there. My dog loves me, sleeps on my... Oh, listen to that laugh. My dog sleeps on my bed every night. The dog loves when I come in at home. The dog loves me. Just because you guys have a different training method, don't say mine is cruel.
Let's take a step back here,
It's
Scott.
ridiculous.
What did you say to the news that Howard got so pissed off about?
I was merely joking. Brian was going through the training of, how you put a dog in a crate. And he didn't know exactly how to do that. He put the wee-wee pad in there. And so I just said, as a joke, well, maybe you should just smack her on the ass. And that turned into Howard,
All right, so I got a question for you. Answer what Howard said today. How do you answer the allegation that a lot of your jokes are misinterpreted?
Well, you guys are dumb. I don't know. No, I have no idea.
No words,
know.
Scott. Come on, man.
I have no
because
idea.
Howard says a lot of times
That's not my fault.
A lot of times when you say stuff and then people call you on it, you go, I was joking. And I guess a lot of people don't get the joke.
It is a comedy show here, isn't it? I don't know.
But we're not doing a comedy show.
Maybe I'm too good. Maybe I'm such a straight guy.
And I'm not saying I'm against this issue. You say that slapping the ass is okay.
Yeah.
But then you're saying it's a joke when you said
how
it.
I said it, I was joking. If you listen to it, I think it's pretty obvious that I was joking.
Brian Fallon, was he joking?
I think he was joking. Yeah, he tried to, add comedy into the conversation. But yeah, a lot of people don't get his jokes. That's for sure.
So, did you think Howard was pissed off at you this morning?
Yeah, he was yelling at me the other day. So he actually had Ronnie come in and yell at me too. So I thought I was going to be in a lot of trouble. But then it turned and went on to Scott, which is great.
What do you mean he had Ronnie come in to yell at you?
Because he told me I didn't know what I was doing. Because I didn't, I put the wee pad in the crate, and you're not supposed to do that. That's where they sleep. And he goes, you don't know what you're doing. I got to get you a trainer, blah, blah, blah. I'll get you the number. And then he went outside and saw Ronnie. He's like, Ronnie, he doesn't know what he's doing. Go in there and yell at him. Tell him what to do. So then Ronnie came in and started yelling at me like I didn't know what I was going, Like, I have 3 kids, and I had a dog before. I know how to train something, So I just took it as...
Everyone's got their own way. I don't understand this.
I was expecting more, but, it
so
deflected to Scott.
So you just disagree with Howard's method?
Yeah, and Howard on the air this morning tried to say that I'm the know-it-all. Well, who the hell is he then? Right? If he's saying my method's wrong, why? I never said that his method was wrong. It's to each their own.
I would say he's a little bit more of a know-it-all, just in the sense that his wife spends a great deal of time with animals.
Okay, maybe recently, but I've had dogs my whole life. He didn't grow up with animals. I probably had 10 dogs.
Just because you've had them your whole life doesn't mean that everything you're doing with them is correct. It just means you've had them.
But there's a track record of success. I know how to get a dog to stop peeing in the house.
Well, that's but how do you get that reaction? How do you get to getting a dog?
Who cares?
But that's what I think Howard's talking about. You can train a dog by taking him outside, or every time he pees, you can hit him over the nose with a newspaper. You're going to get the same result, but different ways. Yeah, and one of them I think Howard would disagree with.
All right. To me, the dog is not hurt forever, and it's not barely even hurt at that moment.
Then why wouldn't you, every time your kid pees in a diaper, why would you hit him over the face with a paper?
Because my kid is a human, for one.
But
he's not a
hit
dog.
Their brothers.
And I'm trying to, I was never shown that to be an effective method.
I think
I'm sure your kid has a threshold for pain.
I think there's a philosophy there. I think because I hear this with Will a lot too. Will grew up with a lot of animals, and his whole rap is, listen, I love dogs and stuff, but they're fucking dogs. And some people feel a different way about them, and I think there's a different philosophy there.
So do you think Howard's method's wrong or just different?
No, just different. I wouldn't have the patience to sit there and yell no for months until it finally worked.
It doesn't take much.
Jason,
I'm sure. All of the training methods that I was trying, it was like, oh, you've got 2 hours of homework each day. I'm just not going to do it.
Jason, did anything get lost in translation when Gary came in and sort of said what you had told him?
No, in fact, the guy, because I had watched the dog before 𝗛𝘄𝗿𝗍 from Barkbusters came over. I had watched The Dog Whisperer. I still watch The Dog Whisperer. And The Dog Whisperer is a little bit hands-on. He doesn't hit the dog, but what he does is to simulate where the mom would nip the dog, like in the neck, to give him a little. He does a little poke in the neck, like and touch them in the neck.
Back of the neck.
And it's not a hit
very
or anything.
There.
And I was talking to Greg about that, and I said, I was a little uneasy with that because I always heard you're not supposed to touch the dogs. And he said, no, I have a hand. He goes, I have no problem. It's not his method, and that he has a completely and utterly hands-off method of dealing with the dog. That was the opening line of our conversation about how to train a dog.
And there's nothing inaccurate there. All I'm saying is what he said to me, I described what I had done, and he said there's nothing wrong with that either. It's just not my method. So,
Were you surprised how Gary reacted to when you chimed in this morning?
Yeah, he got very angry when I just brought out some facts that Gary has an electric fence. And to me, an electric fence is a little more harsh than slapping on the ass. A lot more harsh.
My dog doesn't even wear an electric collar anymore.
Well, but he certainly had to at one point.
Yes, he did.
So
it's a pretty common.
That's
listen,
cruel.
It's a common tactic, and
I guarantee you, my tactic is more common than your electric fence.
Well, Gary, why did they stop wearing? Why did they stop wearing?
Because he just knows now.
Yeah,
but is it because
got shocked enough?
Would you do it again if you got a new dog? Would you?
I think I would. You know what? I live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of cars that go by. Cool. I have a very, very active dog. You know what I mean? And I don't want him running into the street and getting run over by a car.
I'll tell you, too.
I think that's cool. An electric collar on Mary if she became a man?
Sure.
We just got new couches, and my wife didn't want the dog for once to be on the couch. And normally, Cookie the dog had always been on the couch. So suddenly we had to train her a new way. So she found these electric pads that give you a little shock. Dog did it once, hasn't been up there again.
Well, so you shocked the dog too, and you're making fun of Gary?
I know exactly.
I'm just pointing out that he's a hypocrite.
Well, how does that work? You get like
he's a hypocrite. That's
well,
all
so
I'm
are you
saying.
then if you're making fun of Gary for shocking his dog, and you do the same thing?
No,
Scott is right and you're wrong.
I could care less. I'd put an electric fence up too.
Wait, Scott, so these are electric pads that you put on the couch?
Put on the couch.
And
I
so
got shocked by it twice.
So if the dog jumps up on it, it shocks him and goes down. And you got shocked?
Yeah, I got shocked twice.
And your kids get shocked?
My kids got shocked. My one son had his hand. He was laying on it. It was turned off. And the other kid came over and turned it on.
Oh, my God.
It got him.
How strong of a shock is it?
Your kids treat each other like dogs.
Yeah. It's, it's I don't know. It doesn't hurt that.
Threshold for pain.
Rich in Carolina, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. You guys usually rip on Scott the Pace, but I usually defend him. But I think in this case he's very wrong. The main reason why you don't want to be beating your dog is just the same reason why my brother, when his dog does something wrong, he kicks him. He really does it aggressively. But guess what? His daughter shows, his daughter is now learning that it's okay to hit.
But sir, wouldn't you say that what you described? Wouldn't you say what you described is a little more than what I did? I merely slapped the dog on the ass like 4 or 5 times, not very hard. I never kicked her.
Well, we don't know. Hold on, we don't know that to be the case.
Well, I've described it.
That's what you tell us.
Are you telling me
I would like to
the
see
dog
documentation.
Shit on the couch, you're not going to whack the hell out of it? Give me a break.
No, I'm not. I push it off. I push it off.
You need it.
Well,
you said you need it.
Me taking
No, that's the bunch of crap too.
You said it on the show. You said when a dog jumps up that you need it.
And I don't think you were kidding that day.
Yes, it was a joke. Someone said what you do is that was one method. The other one was to step on the back foot while you're holding the front.
You'll hear a dog yelp, and you'll hear about their threshold.
I got to say, me asking for documentation that I don't know. I don't know that you hit your dog any more than you don't know that Obama's birth certificate is real. In other words, I have to take your word at it.
Well, you took my word that I hit her in the first place.
I think you. But how do I know? If you admit to hitting your dog, how do I know what level you're really telling the truth about?
Well, then you might have shocked your dog 10 or 12 times.
Maybe I have.
Yeah, let me have documentation on it.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we were talking to Ronnie about B the tranny, and he said he thought she was sort of cute. We were wondering if Ronnie was a little smitten with B. He said he was just more fascinated by her. And then Mark Paul Gosselaar, you probably know him as Zach from Saved by the Bell, and Breckin Meyer, who's in the movie Clueless. They're friends of the show, big fans, and they stopped by and we chatted with them a little bit. Here's how it all went.
Ronnie's now here. We're talking about B, Ronnie, and you seem to have an interest in B today when you went in there.
I just wanted to see it up close because I saw it on the TV screen, and it was hard to tell what it looked like.
And how would you describe it?
Pretty scary looking, kind of. I don't know. It was like the only cool part was like you just stand her up and just bang her. You don't even have to move her. I mean, it's like it's straight on. Like a lot, you want to fuck a girl, you got to lift her leg, standing up, and you just stand there and just stick it in and go. It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird.
Is it the beginning of a movement to move regular women's vaginas up taller?
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah,
yeah. Future woman. That's how like.
You know what? But you know what? Okay, so after she came out of the studio, now, I mean, I've picked out. We've done contests and stuff like that, and I've picked out. Who the tranny was and all that nonsense. But this guy, girl, whatever you want to call him, well, it's a girl because she's a female on a driver's license, so she's officially, I guess, a girl now. You looked at her hands and her arms and everything else, except for her feet. She had pretty eyes and everything, but her feet were horrible. I mean, they really looked like guys' feet. She had like curled toes and stuff, and it was really strange. But her hands, usually you could tell right away by the hands, she had real feminine-looking hands.
You really checked her out.
Yeah, I did.
Now, if you ran into her, we were saying before, if you ran into her in a club, do you think you would have been fooled?
Yeah, especially after a couple of shots of tequila, for sure.
And how far do you think things would go?
I don't know.
Would you be standing up next to her by the end of the night? I mean, what do you think?
No,
would you be tweeting, I just fucked the perfect vagina?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Gary, you're right. He does seem like
and I was kind of curious to find out when she blows her load, which I really don't believe she can. I really don't believe it for the life of me. I can't see how it works.
Well, that's my question. You can't lubricate because that they haven't figured out for the operation. So,
right.
So when she comes, is it semen?
Well, what is it? Does she come?
She said there was a
goo. She said it was goo.
Liquid comes out, so it sounds like it was some sort of ejaculate is still coming out.
Does this thing turn you on, Ronnie?
No, but I was real intrigued by her explanation of everything.
I think B's got a big fan over here.
By the way, I got to tell you,
I thought she was pretty cool, actually.
I liked it. The weird thing for me was when B got here, I went to the green room to say hello, and B introduced me to her brother, who looked to be around the same age, and so it's over for me because there's me as a dude.
Right. Which one was her brother, the fat guy or the other one?
The other one.
Oh, okay.
How did the Sibian ride go, Gary?
It went fine. I put my beekeeper's mask on. Some people will see it on TV and think that I was, grossed out by her, which I really wasn't.
But she said, when she said she doesn't know how she comes or where she comes from, I don't
blame
put
you,
the
man.
mask on. I didn't know what was going to happen.
See, that's what I was afraid that when if she came, it was going to shoot, like a guy.
I genuinely didn't know what was going to happen, and I wanted to be ready. Turn on the Sybian. For a second, I thought she might get into it, and then it was obvious. She says, yeah, this isn't going to work for me.
Yeah, because I see, that's what did. As soon I was watching it when you turned it on, and it was like, you could see there was no feeling at all there, and that's what kind of like makes me feel like, I don't know, if she even does blow a load. I don't know.
I want to say something, too. I think that our television lighting crew might be a little homophobic.
Why is that?
Because every time a hot chick gets on the Sybian, as soon as how it goes go, they dim the lights, and they didn't bother dimming the lights for her.
Gary, who's that over there?
Some friends of ours stopped by to say hello real quick. You guys want to say a quick hello? 𝗦𝗵cie𝗄𝗿𝗱 and Brecken Meyer, who have a new show out. And the reason why I brought these guys in, because I know them for a while, but Mark's a big fan of the show, and hopefully sometime in the future will be appearing on Celebrity Superfan Roundtable. And Brecken, you were hanging out with Howard at the party, right?
That was really fun. Yeah,
he got great things. He said you're a very good drummer.
I heard about that, and other than being in Mad Magazine, that was the highest praise I think I've ever gotten.
Now, Brecken, were you conscious of like, should I walk up to Howard? Should I leave him alone?
No,
what was
I
the
was
vibe?
with Ryan. I was with Philippi, who's a friend of the show, and I'm such a giant fan of you guys that I kind of knew the etiquette right off the bat. I was afraid to walk up to Howard. I was just standing back, and I was like, I'll just hang with Stamos and be wall candy. And then when we went, and then Todd Phillips, who directed Road Trip and The Hangover, we all went over and talked to Howard for a second. I think I was still shaking. But
a lot of people at that party, huh?
It was star-studded.
I mean, and you live there, but that was a big party?
I mean, I don't live at Jimmy's, but I live in the area. Yeah, no, it was, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and people with Oscars were there. Crazy.
What are you guys out here promoting, Mark? You guys got a show together?
Yeah, we got a new show June 1st on TNT called Franklin and Bash.
And what kind of show is it?
Legal drama with humor.
With humor?
A lot of humor.
So on the show, are both you guys lawyers?
Yeah.
Now, did you guys know each other before you did the show?
We knew of each other. I mean, we grew up in the industry together, so it's, we've been in this thing for about 20 years now. So we knew of each other, but
did not know each other. Yes.
Mark,
now we have a chemistry.
You're a big listener of the show?
Huge listener.
Yeah.
We were listening this morning to Scott.
Can I say, I'm such a giant fan right now. We came in, Mark Paul was pointing out everyone because I don't know anyone's face. I only know the voices. He literally goes, there's Benji, and I realized I started bouncing, and I go, is it really? And, I really didn't. And John, it's funny, standing over there, I hear your voice in my car, not 24/7, except when my daughter's in there. And it's so funny to put a face to it. It's crazy.
And Ronnie, I walk in with the mustache and the sideburns. I didn't even recognize him. He didn't recognize me. Remember when you guys came to the set?
That's right.
Yeah.
I knew Mark Paul was a really big fan because when he was on NYPD Blue, I'd go down to the set from time to time. So I saw him there, and something happened that morning. We never met each other or anything. And he walked by me and he goes, "Hey, is Mary pissed at you for what happened this morning?" I'm like, "Holy shit, he really listens."
Yeah. What do you guys think of Robin's trip to Peru? Any insight on
the
that?
Ayahuasca, what is it? I can't even say it. Ayahuasca.
Did Fred do a cover of Cocaine at his gig? Did she show up? I missed that. She did?
No.
Oh man, I would have loved to have heard that.
Well, you're going to be hearing her sing Cocaine quite a bit on the show over the next few.
I want to
weeks
hear
and
Fred
months.
do the cover of that
We've been getting a lot of songs.
Yeah.
And I have 5 more songs that came in late in the show that are all cocaine related.
We're going to do Franklin and Bash in Peru as an homage to Robin.
Now, other than Howard, of course, who's the one person you'd be like, wow, you'd love to sort of meet and sit down and talk to? Who are you the biggest fan of all the characters on the show? You don't have to say Gary because he's sitting there.
I'm
It
a
could be
giant
anybody.
Fred fan.
I'm a huge Fred fan.
I was looking forward to just literally seeing how it works.
He sat in last week, though, didn't he? Fred?
Yeah, Fred came by. You guys going to be here for a while?
We'll be here for a
minute. Because after we're done with the wrap-up show, I'll take you and I'll show you Fred's setup. It's mind-blowing.
I would love to go behind the curtain of Oz.
But when you see Fred's setup and you see how it works, you'll be blown away.
I know. You know who I know is Scott Eisinger. We have kids in the same class, so he was saying a hello to everybody.
Excellent.
And Brecken, you hung with JD, right? With Ryan?
No, every time Ryan hung out with JD, I was out of town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For some reason, every time I missed it. It was like Haley's Comet.
Well, you're going to see JD in a little while.
JD probably thinks he's avoiding him.
And I say JD's a lot like Haley's Comet. That's right.
Well, guys, promote the show again before you leave because I know you got to do other shows.
Franklin and Bash on June 1st, Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah, Wednesday, 9 o'clock.
There you go.
All
you
right.
can see the guy from Saved by the Bell. The guy from
Thanks for coming by, guys.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Wednesday's wrap-up show revolved around Miss Howard TV. Not how great she looked or how she was on the show, but rather, what's Mike Ganji doing up here? Does Ganji only show up when the hot chicks are there? And does he take all the plum assignments from Howard TV, which could upset other people? Well, Ganji had his opinion, everyone else had their opinion, and here's how that conversation went.
Yeah, Ganji, are you here only because Miss Howard TV is here?
No, I'm here because we have a Miss Howard. Yes. So in a general sense, yes, we have a Miss Howard TV shoot here this afternoon, which I'm involved in. So it's natural for me to come in early in the morning to see her segment and be here for that. Yes.
I will tell you this. Ganji also was saying that one of the reasons he came in today, partially for that, partially because he needed a favor from me. And in all fairness to Ganji, it was the lamest favor ever.
No, I know.
He needed 2 autograph pictures. He could have easily emailed me, and I would have had them to you.
Yeah, but it's also better for me to get the pictures. There's a whole procedure
They're right
to
in
get
my
pictures
drawer.
around here.
People email me day and night for
Well,
pictures.
I don't know that. Every time I've ever done it, I get the pictures. I bring it to you with the name on it. So that's the way. That's the way it's handled.
Is it for the Miss Howard TV to get in her pants?
Gary, now why don't those requests come up when Be the Tranny is up here, or a different type of guest?
Look, if I needed to come up here for Be the Tranny, I would have been here for Be the Tranny. I was here for Buck Angel.
No,
Listen,
we're not
so-
saying if you need to be here, you need to be
minutes
here.
ago.
It just seems to be that you are voluntarily here for these days.
Well, because again, the shoot's right after the show.
Are you in charge of the shoot?
No. Well, Chris is producing the shoot, so we need a second camera. So I shoot second camera for him, and then I leave. So I'm just here to make sure it starts all right.
I'll play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
What other segments outside of Miss Howard TV do you shoot second camera for?
A lot of stuff. This weekend, I'll have a camera.
Where?
Ronnie and Shirley's block party in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Well, the last couple.
Where I could go way deep on this.
But that's not
where you're going to hang out with Ronnie. Will be fun. And
No,
you'll
but
have
I'm
to meet
going
chicks.
to be working, so it's not fun for me. It's work for me.
Are you saying
if I was hanging out, then it's fun?
Are you saying Ganji doesn't take the tough assignments?
I'm saying I don't think you see Ganji shooting second camera at the Be the Tranny documentary.
I can tell you I don't remember Ganji being at either of the craptaculars. I know that.
I got to tell you that if we can get a couple of the Howard TV guys, the lower level guys, and maybe black out their faces and voices because they're all scared of getting fired, you'll hear some good opinions about Ganji.
So, Jason, what have you heard? Tell me one thing you heard, and I can tell you exactly why.
I've heard one of the raps I've heard about you is that you always act busy and tell people how busy you are, but you're not actually busy. That seems to be one of the...
See that? Oh, my God. If that person who said that should be fired. Because they're probably not busy.
You should be too busy to fire them.
I heard Ganji worries
So
about
now you've
the
outed-
pizza. That's missing.
We heard about the grandma's.
You've outed someone, and I will find out, and maybe they'll be fired.
I haven't outed anybody. What are you talking about?
Someone
Doug?
said that, so
Yeah,
it's very easy to find out.
It was Doug Goodstein.
So what else?
I've also heard that you definitely take all the plum assignments and don't give the good assignments to the other people. And it's,
everybody has
I know you
every
have seniority,
assignment.
but
Everybody has every look. What's better than the behind the scenes stuff right now? Well,
then why don't you shoot it?
Well, because I don't take all the plum assignments. Duh, that's exactly.
You really think hanging out in our office till 2:00 in the afternoon is a plum assignment?
Well,
I don't even want to be here.
So tell me the other plum. What are the plum assignments?
Well, it's all the strip clubs that you fly to.
Again, that nobody wants to go to because it's on a weekend and nobody wants to take their time.
So you've given this rap on. This is a perfect example.
Right.
You've given this rap on the air. My IM blows up. F you. Nobody else wanted to take it. I asked Angie 17 times to go to that.
We have a coordinating producer named Sean Gordon. He asks everybody all the time, and everybody's like, "Oh, is it at night? Oh, do I get paid overtime? Oh, do I get a day off for going? Oh." So I'm the only one that says, like, look, if everybody doesn't want to go, if you have no other resort, I'll go. I don't care.
That's not how.
But
some people see it.
That's the reality of it.
Listen, maybe people are just trying to rile me up to get it going, but that's what people I am.
That's the reality of it. And I guarantee Sean would get on the phone and back me up in a heartbeat. That he goes to everybody on the
defense. I've heard him saying, "Does anyone want to go?"
All right.
Okay, I'll go.
Wait, settle down, guys. Now, Mike, do you see why people may have this perception? Because when the Miss Howard TVs are here, you're here. When you hear about a trip to Vegas or anything involving, the strippers or the girls, you're there.
Again, I don't volunteer for them. Sean goes around and we're like, all right, who will go? And Sean will ask people if they're willing to go, and a lot of times they say no. Ronnie and Richie, when they went to Steven Singer to get the ring, right? So we asked a bunch of people. If everybody said no, I said I would go.
What you would to get what ring?
We shot Richie and Ronnie on the road trip to getting Richie's engagement ring.
Which, by the way, where are you going to show that?
Well, I don't know. We
By the way, according to both,
might need it, so.
according to both the other guys, it was a giant party. They're drinking, there
But
were
again,
girls.
I don't know that.
Did you go when Richard went to get his ring?
No, because Richard told us we would have.
Oh, I thought.
That's the part.
Richie
had a beer.
Right,
Yeah.
they give you.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
give you beer and wine and cookies. And
But the
there's
point is,
beautiful
if
girls that
Richard
work
had told us, we would have.
really.
We
Beautiful
didn't know.
girls.
So I mean, what are you going to do? But
all right, John, Russell control.
It is like a strip
Too
club.
many voices here. Let's go to the phones. We'll talk to Billy in Arizona. Billy, what do you have to say about this?
I believe Ganji's just full of it.
Based on what?
Straight up and honest. I mean, if there's a beautiful girl in there, yeah, I'm jealous. I'd like to come in there. But just be straight up and honest with everybody, Ganji. When a good-looking woman comes in, you want to come down there. It ain't no big deal.
Look, if it was somebody I was interested in, I'd absolutely say yeah. But the Ms. Howard TV, I'm not interested in.
See, and Billy's touching it. Thanks for calling, Billy. He's touching upon Gary's issue, what Gary said in the beginning of the show, which was, if you came clean and just said, hot chick's up here, I want to be here, then that's that.
Sometimes
I would understand that.
Sometimes there is that situation. Sometimes I just think of it as work. It's not. I swear to God,
So it's
I'm
the
not
same situation. You just think of it in different ways at times.
Yeah, like look. Has there been hot chicks up here? Like if a Jenna is up here one day or something like that? Absolutely. But if other situations, I just think of it as work. Again, when BB was up here, I came up because Richie was doing the Daily Show, so he couldn't come up. And again, I wasn't thinking of it as a hot chick. I was just thinking of it as some porn girl who's going to ride the civvy, and
A lot of the contests we do up here, I'm in charge of going through the entries, right? And I'll go through them whether it's the worst penis injury or the hottest chick with the hottest daughter. But I would be so pissed if whenever there was a hottest chick, hottest daughter contest, if you came to me and you said, no, I'll handle this one.
Right. But again, I don't do that. But I don't do that. That's not the way it goes down.
But then, so the only two people that can handle Miss Howard TV are the two most senior producers at Howard TV?
Again, right now, Chris produces the shoots. So he's in there producing the shoot.
But when you used to produce the shoot,
right,
you did the interview and you did the. So why doesn't Chris do everything?
But the problem, it's a long story, but it switched from a lot of people. It switched. Isaac used to produce them for a long time, and Isaac did the whole thing. So when Isaac left, I took it over because we didn't really have a person to put in that slot that can be there all the time. And it would be just like 1 month somebody could be able to do it. Next month you'd have to train somebody else to do it. The next month, you know what I mean? So it was I had consistency.
Right.
I was always here. You know what I mean? So it was like that for a long time, and that's just the way it was.
But now Chris took over, and how come he didn't take over full duties? I guess
he does, in a sense that he tries to find the girls. He books them. We just do an interview because again, I don't know. I mean, we want to see who's going on our air. Like, look, at the end of the day, we're in charge of Howard TV, so I want to see who's going on it. I absolutely do.
If they're a girl.
Well, think of the
but if we were
shows.
doing, look, we were involved when we hired Sid to host something, when we hired Jim Florentine to host something, all those other things. We were involved in the same exact level.
All right, Steve, we got to take a break. Let's let Ganji get
John Hine and the Bonus Show. We were involved in the same exact level.
Yeah, I didn't talk to you. Rachel talked to you guys. I talked to somebody else who I never met before.
Good morning, Jimmy. Now, what's up? Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
How are you this morning?
It's good. You don't have enough of these shots of me walking down the hall while you're walking backwards?
No, it's constant B-roll. That's all we want.
Great.
So what brings you back east?
I'm here for the ABC Upfront, as I come every year. It's an advertiser ass-kiss fest.
Right up your alley.
Yeah.
You love that stuff.
I love it.
Well, welcome
Good
back,
time.
sir.
Thank you.
Hey, Jimmy, what's up, man? Good to see you.
How are you?
The iPad 2?
Nice.
Yeah. You don't have this?
I have the iPad 1. I don't use it.
Gadget Gary should have that.
You know what? I only use it when I travel.
I have it because of Howard, who insisted that I get it, and I really felt I didn't need it, and he turned out.
Do you need it?
No. I the old one's fine.
Right. That's exactly what I think. That's it's so funny you say that. I'll get the new one. If somebody gave it to me, I'd love to have it. But
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to go pay $800 for another one.
Yeah.
All right, let me put up a note. Let them know that you're here.
Okay.
You're good till 8:15ish.
Yeah, exactly.
Nugent's coming in at 8.
Yeah, Cleto ran into him on the street yesterday.
Oh, is that right? Let me put up a note. Let them know you're here.
Hey, Jimmy Kimmel's here. I should bring him in. He's only here till 8 o'clock, but you know, like when Jimmy hangs out on the show.
Absolutely. It's up fronts week, huh?
Yeah, he's in town for the upfronts. That's where the networks get together with their advertisers.
And
hey,
they
Jimmy.
bring in Jimmy, who's getting thinner and thinner.
Skinny Jimmy.
I saw him on his show the other night. I was like, look at Jimmy.
Jimmy walks around with his iPad.
Oh, look at
Hey,
him.
now.
He's so corporate, so...
I wanted to show you that I got it because you convinced me to get it.
What, iPad 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's excellent, right?
And I did get it. And here it is. It's great, but I would have been fine with the iPad 1.
iPad 2 is much lighter.
It is lighter.
iPad 2 does have that video conferencing, which I like. Even though
iPad 1 doesn't have it?
No.
No. No.
And
the only time I've ever used that, though, was with you.
Yeah, right. And,
comes in handy.
Well, hey, but look at that. You had contact with me.
I don't. It was weird, though, because once you came on the screen, I couldn't help but start masturbating.
I knew you were doing that. Couldn't see his arms. iPad 2 also. Let me see your cover.
Oh, yeah, I have the cover that
I got rid of that.
Open it and it magically. You did.
I got a nice case cover because I don't like
you
the
can
back.
get rid of that?
I don't want the back getting scratched
Oh,
up.
the back being exposed? Yeah, because the reason I got this cover is because of you also.
Yeah,
now
well,
you've disposed of it.
I switched.
You've led me astray again.
Tell people why you're in town this week. And
okay.
All right. You're in town for something called the Upfronts, but explain what they are.
There's a very confusing event that goes on in television every year. All the advertisers gather, and then the networks tell the advertisers about the new shows that they have coming up.
Right.
And they're very excited about the new shows, and they show clips of them, and everybody sits there enthralled, and then theoretically people buy time on these shows. They buy ad time.
Right.
And then we cancel all of those shows in the next 12 months. Every one of them gets canceled.
I always thought it was weird because it's the only business where it's called Upfronts, where an advertiser commits money to a TV show that he really doesn't even know how people
based
are
on
going
a
to do.
little clip or something.
But it's not a gamble at all, because if the TV show doesn't deliver that minimum rating that they've been promised, then they give them commercials in other TV shows. So we're like the stupidest bookies in the world.
Right, but
you're going to win no matter what.
Yeah, if the Jets don't cover, we'll give you a few extra points until they do.
That's right. So you're going to go, but you're hired because you're the Johnny Carson, so to speak, of ABC. You're their one late night
Sadly,
guy.
yes.
You know, but you're the late night guy for ABC, and it seems to be
Who
the
did
job.
they have before Jimmy? Nobody.
No, and they probably tried out like 𝗦𝗁𝗄𝗿𝗱 or somebody.
No, Bill Maher was on in my spot. Politically incorrect.
Oh, that makes sense. Now, I saw you prepare for last year's Upfront.
Yes.
And you asked me to listen to the jokes and
that was a great experience
and evaluate them. I thought they were good. I mean, I liked them. It was
you and Ashton Kutcher.
It was weird. A weird group. It was me, Ashton Kutcher, Beth, and who else was listening? Maybe Demi Moore.
Yeah.
All right. And Jimmy performing these
That's a
jokes.
tough crowd.
Yeah. Now, I was very encouraging. I thought the jokes were very good.
What did Demi and Ashton
Demi
do?
thought the jokes were good. Ashton was like, that sucks. That blows. That's a piece of shit.
Well, this year he's going to be in the monologue.
There you go.
His constant criticism of every joke I found not funny after a while. I felt for you. And then finally, Jimmy just shut up.
I was like, all right, forget it. I'm
You
not.
gave up?
Fuck this. I'm not. This is not helpful.
Have you gone through all your jokes? Have you?
Not yet. Not with people yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've read through them.
Yeah.
And now the preparation is kind of done, and now you're going to read them in front of a group like myself and Ashton.
Who will you get
Well,
this time?
not such a high profile group. I like to read in front of some of the sales guys because some of them are inside TV jokes,
right?
Just to get a sense of what they think is funny.
That's where you try this out. You can't go to a club and try this out.
No.
Right. You're not like Jay Leno where you go to a club.
The Hermosa Beach Comedy Club on Sunday night.
And take a
running
fee
through
for it.
700 jokes.
You know what? Just for a second, I have to say that Jay Leno gets more obnoxious as the days go on.
What did he do to you? Did he put
didn't
ayahuasca in your...
No. He didn't do
in your
anything
enema?
to me. But one morning I'm watching, I get up and watch TMZ sometimes before work. And they found him out in a steam-powered car.
Yeah, he drives around in that thing a lot.
Ridiculous.
That's why his clothes are always so perfectly ironed.
It's a weird affect. If you kind of want to go around anonymously, you would drive a regular car.
Yeah, with sides and glass and a whole bunch of
You
stuff.
should see these cars he drives around. And by the way, Corolla goes out there and drives around in these cars with him.
Yeah.
It's as if he's in a parade. He's the only person in a parade.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't... I would think Jay Leno gets enough attention all week for having an hour on television.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong. I'm absolutely wrong. Isn't it shocking to you and to me that here's a guy who gets all this attention? You would think he'd want to sit back.
Yeah, he's like driving around waving at people.
Yeah, he puts himself in as Jimmy said, a parade. A parade of one. What is that?
I don't know what's going on there. I think he's so proud of those cars. He gets just so excited. Like a child, he wants to go out in the street and show everyone his new bicycle.
There was a period of time where you were like a regular guest on Jay, of course, because you were...
Well, not really. I mean, I was on once.
You were on once.
Yeah.
But and then you went on the second time and quote unquote burned him.
Right.
You don't hear from him anymore, right?
No, I've not heard from him.
He considers you an enemy.
He'd probably try to run me over with that steam car if he got the opportunity.
He's mad at you.
I think so. I don't think he would cop to that. I don't think Mad enters Jay's. Yeah, it's an emotion that he rejects.
Did you read the Bill Carter book? I mean,
I did. Yeah,
you did. I felt that you were portrayed in a very, very good light.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah, I got the feeling you spoke to Bill Carter.
I did.
To help him with his book. You did. You admit to that.
Yeah.
And and Jay came off like a horse's ass in the book.
I didn't think he came off that badly in the book.
Pretty bad.
I was hoping it would be worse.
Yeah, good book, right?
Yeah, very good book.
Yeah, I love all that late night war stuff. Do you ever pinch yourself and say, I can't believe I'm part of the late night war?
It is one of the strangest things. It really is one of the strangest. I mean, one of the weirdest things is to flip through the channels at that time and flip past yourself, standing like they do in front of a background like they have.
Yeah, but you didn't. When you first started the Jimmy Kimmel Show, you didn't anticipate looking like them. You wore the T-shirt under your jacket. You didn't do a stand-up at first.
I'd always have a single ball poking through my fly.
No, but you would never expect it. You wanted to do it in a different sort of format.
Yeah, it's always stupid. That's what you always
trying
think
to
do
change
something
the format. Yeah,
people don't want to see different. They want to see.
Well, that's true. Like even Merv Griffin. I go back to his day. He always came out. He did a little song.
Yeah.
He did something to bond with the audience one-on-one.
Right.
Jack Parr did it. I don't know what Dick Cavett did, but that show was a fucking train wreck.
He did a monologue.
Did he do a
he?
monologue? Yeah, it was very.
It's
highbrow.
like the law. You have to do a monologue. That's what people tune out after the monologue for the
That's
most
right.
part. I mean, you lose a lot of people when the monologue's over.
So you tried to do it without a monologue. Well, you did behind a desk, but
I did more like what Regis does, that type of thing, where I come out and BS about. Like the first show I had no plan. Like I had a couple of tape bits that I was going to roll, but they were 20 seconds long, and I went out and really just kind of talked about what had happened. And I remember afterwards we thought, oh, that went really well. That was really great. And I had recently looked back on our first show, and I hadn't since then. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Like if some other guy was starting a late night show and I saw that, I'd be like, oh boy, man, tough night for Jimmy, huh? That is not going to work.
The only thing I remember about your first show is that the plan was to allow the audience to drink, to have a bar.
Yeah.
And the ABC did away with that in 2 seconds because people were like vomiting, right?
Someone vomited during it. That's never happened since, but somebody did vomit during the first show.
Well, it hasn't happened since because you stopped the bar. They
I guess
said it's a liability, right? That's what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone legally drank themselves into a coma,
ABC might be liable.
That's right.
That's what I was hoping for. Yeah, to bring the network down.
So the drinking stopped, but the guests are allowed to drink.
The guests are allowed to drink. Yeah.
Right. You have a whole bar set up back there.
Yeah. Right. We have a whole deal.
Will you ever incorporate the bar setup you have backstage into the on-air show? Now, by that I mean, I've been backstage at your show, and it is packed with celebrities.
Only when you're there.
No, it's packed with celebrities. They drink.
Yeah.
They mingle with the public. It is a wild scene. In a way, what about a spin-off of a reality show just called Jimmy's Bar? And really, people would love to see what goes on back there, or incorporate it into the end of the show for a minute, roll some tape from there. Or would that ruin the fun?
I think that would probably change the vibe back there. I think it would suddenly become, you'd have to have another show then following the show behind that show.
I see. So is there anyone who shows up too often at the celebrity bar back there that has to be turned away?
Andy Dick used to. Andy Dick had to be removed from the bar
because it was free booze and celebrities.
Why would Andy be showing up all the time?
Andy did show up. I don't know, about maybe 6 months ago, and had to be thrown out, which is it's a bummer for me. It's like, he comes on the show sometimes. He's always funny when he comes on, but then you have to, your security guys are throwing him out.
Yeah,
but you can't have him there, driving everyone crazy.
Some days he's welcome, and some days he's not. Right. So Andy kind of lived at the bar for a while.
Well, I wouldn't say he lived there, but yeah, he'd come by and visit. There'd be certain people he'd be interested in coming to say hello to.
So he would make it like a regular thing. Like he'd show up like,
let's go over to Jimmy.
I don't know what time Jimmy's bar opens up, but let's say 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, he'd somehow make it there.
Yeah, well, not quite that early, but yeah, he'd come and oftentimes be escorted from the premises.
Did you have to personally say something to him about it?
No, I hide upstairs. I have to stay away from it.
Do they tell you, Andy Dick's
afterwards,
down there?
They told me the whole story.
Has anyone ever tried to get in and couldn't and called you personally and said, listen, Jimmy, I really would love to be hanging out at your bar scene back there, and they won't let me in?
No, I don't think so. No,
there's got to be.
I don't think so. No, really, I'm trying to think. I would tell you if there was, but I don't know. We let everyone in until they do something bad. And then we'll let them in again until they do something bad.
But who decides who can get into that bar? In other words, what is the process? In other words, if I'm a guy who appeared on a sitcom and I was only on for like 3 weeks,
If you've been on our show, in general, you'd be welcome to come back.
You can yeah. Does someone become loserish if they show up too often? In other words, it would be a big deal, like maybe if I showed up to the bar one time. But then if I started showing up every week, then you guys would start to really think I was odd.
Well,
right?
you could, because there have to be better things to do than that.
You're not so special
and people
anymore.
forget, we're trying to work.
Now, one of the things I haven't been able to speak to you about, because you haven't been here in a long time, is the 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗿.
Oh, yes. The 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗿.
Are you two speaking
I also want to
again?
talk about Fred, who's behind me right now, too, because I just feel like just so much damage has been done, and I think it's Greg Fitzsimmons' fault also.
What's going on with you and Fred? I'm not aware of that.
I'm aware of.
Oh, stop it, Fred. Every once in a while, you have to understand, I listen to the show, I listen to each show at least 3 times, so I know, I know every second of everything that's happened, and every once in a while, Fred will burst out with oh, yeah, well, according to Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's like...
Well, you happen to be right.
You happen to know.
I'm not right,
You
of
made
course.
one of the most brilliant observations about Fred's role on the show.
I did not.
Yes, you did. You said...
That
and
was
this
an
is true.
observation about you and Robin, not about Fred.
That's true.
You will accept anything Fred says.
You're right.
He is the worldwide Fred.
You're right.
You're right.
You're right.
Every time Fred says it ends the discussion. Fred must know, and you're right. Fred doesn't always know. Why do I allow that? Fred, while he has a lot of information, he's wrong sometimes.
We're all human. We all sometimes
But we didn't know Fred was human.
Right.
Right. All right.
Fred, you didn't like Jimmy saying that.
See, Jimmy opened up your eyes.
Yeah, but Fred, Jimmy, exactly. You didn't like Jimmy saying that because it sort of made us aware that we were in a pattern with you.
Actually, it probably wasn't even Jimmy so much. It was probably your reaction to it more so than his.
Yeah, but then I feel bad when I hear that Fred there's some wounding there because I did not intend that. That is not at all what I intended.
He is wounded because he doesn't speak positively about you all the time.
I know. Whereas I feel like we should have a positive bond. I mean, probably not everyone greets
Jimmy's
you when
my
they come in.
Ashton Kutcher.
Right. Now, what is wrong with me that...
a lot of stuff. Let's go through it.
Let's go. How was I at your party that you recently threw for me?
I thought you were great at the party, right?
Was I not socializing? Was I...
I thought you were socializing.
I was socializing. I had a great time. You invited many, many celebrities.
That's right.
And you have informed me that at this party you threw for me, Ben Affleck and his beautiful wife Jennifer Garner were there.
Yeah.
You say he was standing right next to me for a period of time during the night.
It's a weird thing. Let me
I
tell
didn't
you,
notice him.
There's a number of people that never spoke to you, that came to the party because of you. They didn't come because of me.
Right.
That didn't speak to you.
I feel Ben Affleck and his wife came to the party because of you.
Well,
because
I
why
know
wouldn't
them.
the guy say hello to me?
Because it's not, believe me, they wanted to say hello to you. That's why they came to the party.
Right.
But I think that it was hard because,
why?
Because people were talking to you and you don't want to, especially when you're a celebrity, you don't want to have to go kind of stand and stick your head in the middle of a conversation, you know?
Right.
So I think that people were trying to be respectful and eventually time ran out.
But why didn't you walk up to me and go, hey, Howard?
Because I didn't know till afterwards. I had no idea.
How did you find out?
Plus, I was out of my mind.
He was out of his mind.
Yeah. I mean, I was on ayahuasca.
I think so.
It's not a drug, though.
I
No,
was
it's
watching
not.
the ceremony.
It's a tea. It's a ceremony.
I don't watch you during the party that
What's
much.
he up to?
Well,
That's
it's
what
funny.
I'm glad you don't watch me.
I don't watch Jimmy that much during the party, but at one point, Jimmy had set up this time, instead of his band room, he set it up to be karaoke.
Right.
And from what I understand from his girlfriend, Molly, Jimmy had spent days testing this karaoke over and over
I took the day off work
again.
on Friday so I could get it fixed.
Sound checks, everything.
Literally, making sure it worked. But of course, he checks it in an empty room.
Yeah.
Right.
So the night of the party comes, we've got 500 guys in there, all ready to sing. You can't hear a fucking thing. The music you can't hear. You can't hear.
Why is that? Does he just have the little karaoke system? He doesn't have it through a PA?
No. Should have hired a karaoke guy.
Yeah, but I didn't want a guy there.
I understand. But anyway.
Yeah.
So people were singing to themselves?
You couldn't hear anyone like the beautiful Dax's girlfriend,
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell. She evidently can sing, for real. And I'm sitting next to her, and I hear she's ready to sing, and I hear when she's singing, she's good. I'm the only one who can hear her. No one can hear.
That's all that mattered.
Yeah, but come on, no one can hear.
It's your party. I want to make sure only you can hear.
So I look over.
Everybody's singing to you.
And I guess Jimmy was tired by that time of the night.
Oh.
Because he looked a little out of it. And I see
he
him.
didn't care anymore.
I see out of the corner of my eye, Jimmy is just staring. Now he's just staring. Now it's going on 20 minutes. He's staring at this equipment.
Is he blinking? Or
as if he stares at it long enough, he'll piss it off and it'll start working. He's staring at it like in disbelief. Like literally, this is what I see. He's like this. Jimmy's just staring at this equipment. And I go, oh, this poor fucking guy. I know
tried
that feeling.
so hard, yes.
When I have people in my home, if something doesn't work, I get fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
But he's so pickled that he doesn't,
there's nothing he can do. He's just staring.
He's just staring at it. He's
I was planning to kill it.
So then, yeah, he was going to kill it. Then about 20 minutes later, because it's horrible, all you hear is feedback and people are wincing. People are leaving.
Oh.
It wasn't that bad.
Like Gary Shandling almost came into the room and then I saw him leave because it was so loud and it wasn't working and people were leaving. There was a bummer.
Yeah.
So then Jimmy finally crouches down. Now he's staring at it, but he's crouching down. He's closer to the equipment. And then he starts to fiddle with some knobs. And I know he doesn't know what he's doing. Right. And I was going to go over and help him. I go, I'm not going to be a help. It's fucked. We're done. It's finished. It was over.
Well, there was one guy who was like kind of a ringer that Stamos brought in, who was like a really good singer and keyboard player, which I felt kind of ruined the vibe a little bit because
I didn't realize that's what he had done.
Part of the fun to me is that no one knows how to play their instruments.
Right.
And when one person really knows how to play it's like playing basketball with Shaq all of a sudden. It's like it's no fun.
Everybody just keeps passing to Shaq.
Yeah, exactly. And and then so I was trying to keep him a little lower than everybody else. And
is that what you were doing in the corner?
Yeah, that was one of my things.
Jimmy, I don't know I don't think Jimmy knows what he was doing in the corner. But I felt bad. His whole party, he's staring at this piece of equipment. He's staring it down over and over again.
I have a complicated relationship with my AV system. Yeah.
That's another weird thing with your party, Stamos. Like he doesn't bring a girl.
Yeah, this time he didn't bring a girl, although I can't blame him because each time he brings a girl to anything that we go to, we then have, the analysis afterwards.
Right.
And,
but it's kind of you look forward. You look forward to seeing who John's
he should bring a girl.
He should bring a hot girl
for us.
Yeah, so we could look at her.
Yeah,
yeah. It was kind of a bummer, and then he's walking around looking to talk and stuff. It's like go get a girl.
Yeah, it's like
go
if a guy
talk to
owns a beer company, he should bring a couple of 12-packs along with him.
But I want to thank you for that party once again.
It was a lot of fun.
It was great. I was talking to George Clooney and his girlfriend for a half hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I really feel like I'm in show business. I rarely ever feel like I'm in show business because, first of all, I don't get invited to a lot of showbiz parties. That's number one.
You do.
But
number two, you go to bed at 6:30 at night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And by the way, I hung out at your party till 1 in the morning, which is huge for me, which is really 4 o'clock in the morning our time.
Here he goes again.
Right. Well, let's be
always
honest.
calculating.
He has, you know what? You have to, when he's...
I was on my game. I was not going to fuck up the party. But finally I was begging Beth, please, let's go. Please, I'm begging of you. I mean, it was enough already. But,
yeah.
I was at the party, and I'm talking to George Clooney, and suddenly I'm feeling this is a great party because it's in my honor. Therefore, anyone here doesn't hate me.
Right. You're safe.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have to feel like Jimmy's already vetted everyone to see if they even like me.
Oh, the vetting that goes on.
Yeah. But Jimmy's
carries ramifications that go on throughout the year.
But Jimmy's having a party, so since it's in my honor, it's only people who might appreciate me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to worry about Yoko Ono rounding the corner.
Right. Yeah, Yoko didn't show up. So thank God.
There's a guy who's a big fan of yours who then I felt really kind of bad about. I forgot because I'd had Chris O'Donnell. You know Chris O'Donnell?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, he listens all the time.
We should have invited him.
Well, I didn't think of it because he'd been on a couple of years ago, and then he came back last week. He's like, oh, yeah, the party sounded great.
Aww.
That's the guy who played Robin, right?
Yeah. He could be your Robin.
What's he doing now?
He had a TV show,
he
right?
He still has one, yeah. He's on
it's one of those CSIs.
CSIs?
With LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not CSI, but...
L.A. Law. I don't know, one of those
I don't know. One of those CBS shows.
And you say Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were there.
Yep.
Those are big guys, right? Big guys in the industry.
Yeah.
That would have been someone interesting for me to talk to.
And neither one of them spoke to you.
No, you know what? They didn't speak to me at my own party. Well, I was talking to Jon Favreau for quite some time, and I think that...
You think he dominated the conversation?
No, I was dying for someone to interrupt that conversation. Nobody did. That's the problem. People see me talking. They don't interrupt.
They don't interrupt.
Yeah, I like to be swept away by somebody else. Yes.
Was there anybody else there who didn't speak to Howard?
Yeah, I don't think Adam Carolla talked to you.
Adam, not one word. Not one word. I mean,
think he doesn't know you?
Yeah, I know Adam.
I think Adam just figured you're there. There's other people you wanted to talk to.
You know what? He's right. Honestly, between you and me, he's right. When there are other people I'd rather talk. I know Adam already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Were there people that that called you during the week that wanted to come to the party, but maybe weren't party worthy? Like people that were trying to get in? Because I know Krista Miller said that Zach Braff kept calling her, and I think he was trying to get into the party.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, I think that was like last year, but I didn't even pick up on that. He did contact me, but he never mentioned the party. So
Because I know he's a big fan, and I think he wanted to go.
I just didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that.
But
so.
did anybody call you and say, "Hey, I want to come," and you're like, "Yeah, it's sort of full."
That I said couldn't come. You know what? People are real weird because they have to be super careful because of this.
Right. That's right.
Because of this moment right here. So I think some people kind of suddenly came into my life and it was like a hint. And I think most of those people, I just figured if it was somebody that was a fan of you and of the show, and then somebody that you wanted to come, because I want to make sure you wanted everyone to come who came.
Right.
I'd invite them. Yeah.
I had a great time. I mean, it was really nice for me. It was one of the nicest things anybody's ever done for me because I really am a pariah in this business. You know what I even liked? Like Mary McCormick, my movie wife from Private Parts, was there with her husband. And I loved that because I know Mary doesn't think I have any showbiz friends, and which I don't, except for Jimmy.
But why does she think that?
Well, I can just... I don't know that she thinks that. That's how I feel
That's what
inside.
you perceive. Okay.
So I'm walking around, flitting around to all my new showbiz friends, and Mary says to me the other night, "Boy, you have some great friends." I go, I do. I really do.
You were happy just because she had to say that.
She was totally bamboozled. She had no idea none of those people know me.
Oh, that's funny.
It was fantastic. That whole party was just worth that moment. I liked it. That's it. I go to parties for other people's enjoyment. But then I was talking to Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
Wasn't that confusing? David Arquette.
They're walking around holding hands?
David Arquette and Courtney Cox are walking around holding hands. And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you two?
I figured out the solution for those two, I think.
Yeah, what is it?
She should adopt him.
Yeah. Yeah, if she's sick and tired of him acting like a child, but let him be a child.
He can stay in the house.
Let him be one of the kids.
He doesn't necessarily want to fuck her. He just wants to hang with her.
No, I think he wants to fuck her, too.
He does. All right, so he'll fuck her once.
I mean, remember he tried to get her in the hotel at Disney World?
Yeah. I understand you want to hear Ronnie get his own show.
I do want Ronnie to get his own show.
Well, Ronnie had a show.
What would you
I know
name,
he did.
What would you name that show?
I would call it More Ronnie. More Ronnie. Than ever before.
Dude. Do you think Ronnie gets it yet?
I told Ronnie. I said to Ronnie, Jimmy thinks you should have your own show. He goes, he's right. I go, he wants to call it More Ronnie. He goes, that's a great name. Yeah, he loves it. So
he still doesn't.
Shh.
Whatever, dude.
But I was thinking about, you made a passing comment about how Ronnie is the best, and I was thinking about it, and I was thinking he really is the best of all the characters, because he may not have the highs that some of the other people have, but as far as batting average goes, I mean, this guy's in there hitting 375.
He's consistent.
Is year in and year out.
That's right.
Ronnie is the best. For years, I delighted in Ronnie's stories when he was in the front of my limo. Or
off
just
the air.
Yeah, off the air. And I just said, Jesus Christ,
And
this
you
is
always
some
feel like
fucking
you're
human being.
just scratching the surface with Ronnie. Like there's a whole world between you and Ronnie that we don't know about.
Oh, yeah. And you know what? I don't even know what to bring up.
Well, this is the thing. I think Twitter has opened a door.
Yeah.
And we're seeing more of Ronnie.
It's liberated him.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I realized Ronnie had nothing to tweet. So I got to admit this. I'm the asshole who went to him. I said, Ronnie, if you're going to tweet, why don't you become like Hef and do Hot Chick of the Week? And you can build your whole week around that.
It's smart. It's smart.
So that's where Hot Chick of the Week came from.
Of course.
I've been feeding into this Twitter thing.
And then he makes a mistake and tweets a picture of a guy.
Of a guy.
Right.
And then he's like, I didn't tweet a picture of a guy.
No, it's a little O, not a big O.
Ronnie is the best. You just got to think about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got to really...
He really is.
There's the host of More Ronnie.
Dude. By the way, is that some kind of a joke?
What?
The More Ronnie thing?
No, just
it's
more
just
of
more
you.
Ronnie.
No, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I don't want to say who it is, but somebody called me and said that you were like making fun of me behind my back.
No.
Like More Ron E. You know what I'm saying? Moron.
Did you think of that, Jimmy? When
I didn't even think of that.
I didn't think of that.
But a good friend of yours thought of that.
Who?
Dude, I don't want to say.
Oh, my God.
we were just thinking more Ronnie.
More
Yeah,
Ronnie.
guy called me up like, to make it fun of you, I think. I go, what are you talking about? And then he goes,
Ronnie, don't listen to those haters.
I'm not.
You know they're always
not
busting
haters.
your balls.
What are they now?
Assholes.
They're assholes.
No, we don't hate anybody.
But, see, you've come to appreciate Ronnie.
I always appreciated Ronnie, but I've come to become semi-obsessed with and fall in love with Ronnie.
Look at this.
Do you
𝗛𝗄𝗿𝗱 was really the watershed moment for me. And really,
do you follow him on Twitter?
𝗛𝗄𝗿𝗱.
No, I don't follow him.
Why
When I
not?
look at his things,
Why not?
I will follow
You
him.
better
yeah.
follow him.
I will.
Dude.
You have to follow him.
Did you check out the hot chicken? Dude.
No, I never seem to catch that with you.
Yeah, you should check it out.
I haven't been on Twitter that much. People were already yelling over the weekend. They go, what kind of guy are you?" They wrote. You open the Twitter account and you don't tell us what's going on all weekend. You're a fucking
Right,
asshole.
I was going to say, I didn't hear
It's
from
too
you all
much.
weekend.
It's really like having to update people on what's going on all the time.
Steve Martin seems to be way on it, and so does Albert Brooks, and so does who else is like on
Joan
there?
Rivers is always updating people.
Gilbert's on it all the time.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Steve Martin. I get the sense with like Albert Brooks that he just he's doing it to sell his book, and he doesn't necessarily want to do it.
Right.
You think it's under duress? So.
Yeah, he realizes somebody said to him, "This is something you should do," and he's like, "All right, fuck it, I'll do it."
What kind of show should I get, Jimmy?
Just you.
What should I do?
I love you evaluating women. That's my. I mean,
Dude.
that's what I really.
His
enjoy.
definitions.
But what about
it's very specific.
Yeah, Ronnie's thing is women.
I love the idea that you have a NASCAR-themed bathroom.
Topless. Yeah.
Maybe that could be where the show is. Actually, that could be your studio.
Right from Ronnie's
Nice.
bathroom.
Dude.
Have a studio audience in there.
Oh, who knows? We'll talk about more Ronnie.
All right,
thank you.
Moron, right?
All right.
No,
Not
more Ronnie.
More
Ronnie.
Nobody was thinking that when they said it. Your friend's paranoid.
He's paranoid.
Your friend.
Well, who was it? Give me his
Neil?
name.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah.
𝗦𝗁𝘁𝗄𝗿𝗱.
Oh, Wayne Siegel.
Wayne's an asshole. Tell Wayne never to speak to me again. He's just jealous of you.
They're assholes, Ronnie.
Wayne,
They're all
you
assholes.
fucking maniac. Why would you tell him that?
What's wrong with Wayne?
Some people like to ruin everybody's fun. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
I mean, Ronnie's
What
having
is
a
wrong
nice
with Wayne?
Yeah, way to go,
run,
Wayne.
and now Wayne's making him feel bad about his show.
Yeah.
I'd love it if that became the show, though.
By the way, see Jimmy Kimmel Live weeknights at midnight on ABC. And see Jimmy on the Adam Carolla Live show. What is the Adam Carolla, the podcast?
No, he's doing a live show at the Wiltern, and I am going to be his special guest. Adam.
What do you mean a
Carolla.
live show?
Like
Adam
he'll
does
be
stand-up
there.
now.
Oh, I didn't know. Is he good?
He's great.
He's great.
Not only is he good, he's great at it, and the amount, and he, unlike almost everyone else, he doesn't repeat stuff. So he'll go into a town and do 6 or 8 shows.
And every show's different?
He'll do 8-9 hours of original comedy and then forget everything for the next. I mean, really, like occasionally, things come up again, but
right.
It's an entire. I mean, it's really like you could practically shout out topics to him, and he does like in one weekend he'll do what many comics will come up with in their lifetime.
Wow!
I want to go see him. I had no idea he was doing that.
Wiltern.
It really is.
The Wiltern's in L.A., right? So, you mean you're going to go? And when they say special guest, is he going to interview you?
I'm not sure what we're going to do. There's always an air of disorganization that goes on, but I think we're going to tell some stories. He doesn't do it's not your typical stand-up where it's, just a bunch of setups and
It sounds
punchlines.
like you're falling into that Charlie Sheen area. We don't know exactly what to call it.
You know what? I have to say, if 99 out of 100 comedians attempted to do this, it would be terrible, but I promise you it's great.
So are you doing this because you want to do it, or is it because Adam's a friend and you feel sort of weird saying no?
There's nothing I want to do.
Right. So when he called you up and said, "Hey Jimmy, when you come and do my show?"
Yeah, he imitated Gary Shandling.
Yeah. Did he? Were you surprised Gary Shandling showed up at your house for my party?
No, I know Gary. I know him fairly well.
Oh, you know him pretty well. Yeah. And he seemed to be having a good time.
Yeah, I think he had fun.
Yeah, you can't tell with him, though. You know what I mean?
Is he the kind of guy who has fun at parties? You don't know.
I think he had fun at that party.
Yeah.
He sent me an email afterwards said he had fun.
I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if he was having fun or not. But Adam says to you, he calls you up and asks you personally to show up and do his stand-up show.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time. It's not like it's like he calls me specifically for that. But yeah, he asked me to do the show.
What do you mean you talk all the time? He calls you several times a day?
No, not several times a day, but we talk, regularly. I mean,
what
we
does that
see
mean?
each other.
What do you mean? That's because he's your best friend, right?
Yeah, he's, I have some. I don't have any friends closer than him, but like Cleto, my band leader, and I have been best friends.
Do you think
for
Adam is
little kids.
jealous of my relationship with you? Do you think that he feels that I'm taking his place?
As long as you got Leno and his steam cars, I think he's fine with our relationship.
Do you ever say to Adam, "Why are you running around with Jay Leno?"
Yeah,
in a
every
steam
time I
car?
speak to him.
Yeah, I mean, do you ever say to him like, "What is that? Like, why are you doing that?"
He loves the car so much. He could be riding along with Hitler.
Is he close to Jay Leno?
I don't know. It's funny because we don't talk about it much because
he knows how you feel about
weird,
Jay.
It's like a weird thing.
Yeah. Letterman recently made a joke about Jay Leno. I'm trying to remember what it was. I just read it. Did you happen to see it over the weekend? They sort of press released it. They said something about Jay being a tyrant. Let me see if I can recall it. It was, it was Jay's 61st birthday, and like most tyrants, now it's coming to me. I'm not good with jokes. Like you, I don't remember them, you know what I mean? He said something like most tyrants, when he came to cutting the cake, he used the same one that he put in Conan's back, something like that.
Oh, the same knife that...
do you recall anything like that?
I didn't hear that. No, I didn't hear about it.
That's right. Would Adam ever ask you to come ride in one of the cars with Leno?
No, he wouldn't. I have no interest. I really don't have much interest in cars and that kind of thing in general.
Would you have a weird feeling if you went into a room with Jay Leno?
Yes.
Like if you, I don't know where you would be, but let's say you went to a restaurant in L.A.
Yeah.
And suddenly Jay was at the next table. Do you think it's gotten to the point where Jay would not say hello to you?
I don't know. I don't think so. Nothing seems to bother him.
Right.
And so I have a feeling he'd act like there was nothing wrong.
Yeah, I even think as much shit as I've said about Jay, I think if he saw me in a restaurant, he'd say, "Hey, how you doing, man?
Yeah.
What's going on? How you doing?" I think he would actually say hello.
I don't know, because the last time he mentioned you, it seemed to be getting to him.
Right.
He was interviewed and he started to say nasty things.
He fights with kindness. That seems to be his way of, just kind of everything's friendly. Everything's fine. It's not funny for everyone.
Well, for years he would
As
say,
long as-
it's just like wrestling, with me and Howard. But
Yeah.
I think he's beginning to get wounded by this whole
I don't know. I don't know if he's woundable.
So Conan O'Brien, is he irrelevant now? I mean, it's over, right?
Is he irrelevant?
Irrelevant. I mean, is his show getting any ratings?
They do well in their target audience, I think.
What is their target audience?
It's, like 18 to 49-year-olds.
I see. So they have people who are watching that thing.
Yeah.
Because you don't hear a word about them.
It's hard for me to say because I'm so absorbed in that world that I do hear, hear things and, you kind of follow what everybody's doing.
Will Letterman retire?
I bet he will.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, too. I think it's enough with him already, right? I mean, he's got to be burned out on the whole fucking experience.
I would think so.
I don't know.
Maybe not.
He sort of follows that Johnny Carson template.
But Johnny eventually retired.
No, Johnny was forced out.
Anybody think
Letterman?
Right. Anybody think Letterman is still cheating?
No way.
I
No
don't
way.
think so.
No way.
But what's the point of going to work there? He was the only place he had fun, Jay.
I know.
Was at work where he could fuck girls.
Yeah, I know. That's a shame.
It's like Bill Clinton. He had no more fun, too. I mean...
I think Clinton's still having fun.
Don't you think out of all the talk show hosts, Letterman is the most sort of...
The best.
The best, but the depressed and
Yes.
miserable and filled with angst. And his one fun thing was to fuck the interns. And I mean, now, what is the point of getting up in the morning? I mean, what's he doing with himself?
I don't know. I mean...
He's building a relationship.
Yeah. I mean, even that room he had in the back, I hear now, is like a real office, and people go in there.
Paved over
They work in there.
King Tut's tomb.
Yeah, it's not even fun.
It's just filled with cement.
Yeah. How far into the you've been a guest on the Letterman show. Are you doing Letterman this time around?
No.
What's your schedule? Are you doing the Upfront when? What time?
Upfront's tomorrow night. Tomorrow night.
So what are you doing tonight? Do you have to do preparation?
I usually sit in my hotel room and write jokes for the Upfront the next day.
Jeez, a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a pain.
Yeah, and your writers will write some jokes too, right?
They write jokes, before I go, and then I put those all together, go through them, and then I'll usually sit there and kind of come up with some jokes.
When's the last time Letterman had you on?
I was on last year. I was here.
And were you able to ever get into his inner sanctum? Are you kept in a dressing room like everyone else, or because you are a fellow late-night talk show host, were you brought into Dave's inner sanctum?
I did say hello to him after the show, but...
After the show?
After the show.
Where? Did you go up?
You went up?
No, they were shooting a bit, and I was there at the bit while they were shooting it.
On stage?
No, not on stage. Somewhere in the backstage area.
You were in the backstage area. Did you request that, or Letterman asked that you stop by?
Letterman asked that I stop by.
Wow. Yeah. I've never been asked
That's
that.
a big deal.
I have never been asked to stop by afterwards, which I wouldn't do anyway.
Because you would report the whole thing on the air, right? I mean,
well, I've said to Dave, I fucked up our friendship by reporting too much.
Right.
But he didn't have much of a sense of humor about that. So you're telling me the last time you were on, they got word to you.
Yeah.
They said, hey, hang out. Dave needs to see you after the show.
Right.
Wow.
Well, he didn't need to see me. He just wanted to say hello. And our executive producer, Jill Lederman, used to work at his show, and she was there with me, and so she was saying hello to him also.
So now you've been summoned.
Yes.
You would have rather have left, I'm sure, but
no.
You were happy to be there.
I was delighted. Yeah.
Okay, so you sat. there.
Growing up, you and David Letterman. I mean, that's it for me.
So you sat there and waited for Dave.
Right.
And then you were ushered into the bit area. Mm-hmm. Now, are you waiting for Dave a long time?
No, he was there. He was already there.
Right there. And then, and in that awkward way, did you go, "Oh, Jimmy, hello," like they were meeting Nixon?
More or less.
Yeah. So it was a very stiff conversation.
I wouldn't say it was stiff. It was, it was funny. I mean, we talked for, I don't know, it was maybe a minute long or something like that.
So after all that waiting,
there wasn't that much waiting. All I had to wait for was the band.
Yeah, they have him finish the
I
show.
just finished my segment, and then I was talking to Paul or something afterwards.
As a fellow late-night talk show host, do you make suggestions on the bit? Do you sit there and go, "Listen, Dave, this isn't working here. Maybe you could say that word a little."
Could we get a tighter shot? And you're revealing the punchline.
Weren't you angry like I was that Letterman, during the whole Leno controversy, weren't you upset that Letterman invited Leno to do a TV commercial during the Super Bowl?
Yes, I was very upset.
Thank you. That is bullshit.
I talked to him about it on his show also. I said he was drowning, and
you saved him.
Yeah.
You saved him.
He did.
Why?
I have a theory about it.
Go ahead.
All right. My theory is that...
Excellent. I love theories.
There's Dave and Jay. And they're the guys, and they go, they compete, and Jay wins, obviously, but Jay wins the ratings, but everybody thinks Dave's better.
Right.
And Dave is better.
Right.
They don't need me and Conan and Jimmy Fallon and Craig Ferguson in that. Dave doesn't need us. There's Batman and Superman.
Right.
They don't need Aquaman and these other assholes running around. And I think by consolidating that focus once again went directly on, instead of that Jay and Conan focus and whatever, but you put Oprah in there, and then you got Jay and Dave. And I think ultimately, probably he just thought, this is really funny. I think
you're right. I think he, A, thought it was funny, but B, I never considered that. You have a good point. Maybe in a weird way, he was sick and tired of everyone being mentioned with Jay. And this put the focus back on.
Jay's my arch enemy.
Right. Yeah. He's not Aquaman's enemy.
That's right.
He's mine. He might be an asshole, but he's my asshole.
It's my asshole.
Wow.
Yeah. That's just my theory on it.
That's a good one.
But I have to say, I found out about it a little bit the day before the Super Bowl.
Right.
And I was devastated.
You were?
I really was.
Did you walk around like pissed?
I was like, why is he doing this?
Did you think about calling him and going, what are you doing?
I didn't think about
that. Would have been good.
Could you imagine?
This is Jimmy Kimmel. I need to talk to you about this whole thing.
Dave, I have some concerns.
Hey, Matt, you're on the air. Oh, it's 8 o'clock already. I didn't realize. Are you okay on time?
Yeah, I have to leave by 8:15.
All right, well, yeah, and I got to take a break anyway. So first, let Matt have a word.
Another Matt.
Yeah, Matt, hi. Matt from Montreal.
I just would like to thank you as a Stern fan for the video of you humiliating Gary with the pitch. But I wanted to ask, do you have anything planned for him this morning? Like, do you have any kind of sporting humiliation in mind for Gary?
Having Robin throw the pitch was brilliant, and Robin threw a fantastic pitch.
Robin did.
She did. In heels.
But do you realize I never throw a ball? I never throw a ball.
Gary still says to me, he's bothered by you.
Yeah,
he doesn't. He really doesn't understand why you had to jump into the fray, so to speak.
Here's the key misunderstanding that Gary has: is that Gary thinks that because I'm his friend, I wouldn't do that. But what Gary doesn't understand is I do terrible things to my friends all the time.
But was that a terrible thing?
Exclusively to my friends. I mean, really, that is what I do.
I gotta say that's better because I thought the next line was going to be because I'm not really Gary's friend.
I have a theory on that.
What's that?
I don't think you thought that was a bad thing to do to Gary. You thought it was a fun thing, like let him redeem himself.
I thought he was going to throw a strike.
I know. Now, I've said to Gary,
this would have been a whole different story if he'd thrown a strike.
I've said to Gary,
yeah,
Jimmy tells you to throw a pitch. You're a fucking puppet that you went and threw the pitch. Why don't you say to Jimmy, I don't want to do the pitch?
In fairness to Gary, though, he doesn't have as much seasoning in that area. And if
he's been with me for 20-something years.
Gary, after you throw one bad pitch, don't you stop?
Yeah. I mean, and you say, and it would have been just as funny if he stormed off your show afraid.
But this is the thing. Is that Gary, Gary's a producer, and if it had been decided, if Gary had said beforehand, I don't want to talk about the pitch, then we wouldn't have talked about the pitch. But he didn't say anything about the pitch, which I was happy that he didn't say anything. And we booked Gary first, as soon as we heard he had a book coming out.
Right.
And then Gary went and did Letterman, which is fine, and did Letterman before us. But we have to do something. We get these guests after the other guy gets them.
Right.
I feel like we have to do something different,
Were you concerned that after he threw the pitch, he actually hit an audience member in the head? Were you concerned about lawsuits or anything?
That's interesting, but it was a safety ball. It wasn't a regular hard ball. So that's why I looked very callous laughing as a woman got hit in the head with a baseball. But it was a softer version of a baseball.
I see. Because when I saw it, I said, this is funny, but Jesus Christ, people are getting hit with a fucking ball in the head.
Why is Jimmy in the audience?
Why is Jimmy laughing?
Jimmy, it's funny to you because it's effortless for you to throw a ball like that from that distance, right? And as a man, you grew up playing ball.
Well, even throwing it back to Gary, you see this ease, this naturalness.
Right.
That just happens. The ball just leaves his hand.
What is it wrong with Gary that he can't throw that pitch? I mean, Robin did it.
I don't think it has anything to do with Gary's athletic ability. I think it has to do with God has a sense of humor, and as long as there's a camera on Gary, he's never going to be able to throw a ball straight.
All right, listen, I got to take a break. You got to get going.
Yeah.
You got the Regis show you have to do.
Mm-hmm.
Say hello to that lovely Kelly for me.
I will do that.
Yeah, she's very, very beautiful.
She's the best. She
yes,
really is.
Very, very beautiful.
Is the Bowie feud, is it finally over? I mean, did you explain it well enough where Gary's...
I hope so, and it's up to Gary, really. I mean, there's never any bad, I'm the one, I guess, who did the deed, so hopefully, I don't know, we'll find out from Gary, I guess. I hope it is. I pray that it is.
But from your side, you didn't really do anything wrong. You didn't throw him under the bus. He had every option available to not throw the pitch. And
I don't necessarily agree with that assessment. I think he felt, he would have looked stupid if he decided not to throw the pitch, but what's done is done, and that is that.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Take care.
Good seeing you, man.
You're such a huge Ronnie fan.
I love Ronnie. Lisa, we got to talk about your stories. Let's walk here for a second. They're starting to become too trivial.
Gary, with Jimmy's visit today and also revisiting the pitch and all of that, does that bring back or conjure up any thoughts of, just anger?
I guess it appears to be a much bigger deal to everyone else than it is to me and Jimmy. I mean, we sort of worked it out. We've been talking pretty consistently on email, and I think I spoke to him maybe once on the phone. So it's just... We talked about it on the air so that people on the air could hear how we felt about it, but it's not like a big issue. It's not like, oh my God, Jimmy's coming in today. What am I going to do?
But I see your relationship. Like I was shooting you guys in the green room prior to his appearance, and it just seems very cordial. It doesn't seem as warm as it was.
Well, but that's a different thing. That's a different thing and that's not just Jimmy. There's a handful of guests that I have learned not to say too much to, because everything I say to them, they'll take on the air. Whereas they'll say the same thing about me. But I get nervous talking to Jimmy because if you like anything else, I could spend too much time in there, and then Jimmy could walk in and go, oh my God, Gary never shuts up. I had to hear the whole fucking story of his life. So I sort of lay low.
So it's a tact because you know how well he's aware of the nuances of the show.
Listen, Jay Thomas is the same thing. There's Adam Carolla a little bit, not as much. He's pretty cool. But there's a couple of guys that will, sometimes you're thinking of material for the show, and I'm the last person they spoke to before they walked in. So, let me goof on Gary. So I tend to sort of lay back now.
So it has nothing to do with any type of resentment or any layover from
that? No, not at all.
You both have moved past this part of your life.
Yeah, I just don't want to be the butt of Jimmy's joke again.
Right. Good morning, Ted.
Can you also guide and outfit us where we're going?
Yes.
All right.
How's it going?
It's going perfect.
Excited to be
got the whole lot.
here
Am
with
I
Howard
following
right
you?
This way, yeah. Okay, just gonna go right into this room right behind you.
All right. We'll let everybody else in there. It's a small room.
Okay.
I thought I'd bring the whole gang.
Wow.
Everybody wanted to meet Howard.
It's quite the posse.
We're still coming. Is that cool or what?
Yeah.
Got enough room? All right.
All right.
Interesting in us because
Yeah, this is
right there.
But the stuff, the Obama stuff is great. He hates Obama. You see this. So I'm wondering, does he give Obama any credit for Bin Laden? Is he a birther guy? He talks about his father. There was a great profile of him I read.
Is he a birther guy? It's true.
Right. So the dad was a total nut. Like he was a former drill sergeant, and he used to regulate how much toilet paper they used when they take shits.
Where is that?
That's like the 1, 2, 3, 4th down there.
Ted's father.
Yeah. And he also says like he'd yell at them if they didn't pass the food clockwise at dinner. He says his other two brothers like still hate the father, but Ted, who ended up living with him more than the other two, loves him.
Howard, he grew up with the great Santini. That's his father.
There's a great quote there at the bottom just saying like Ted is always a maniac. Like just around very close personal families, the only time you see the real Ted. Otherwise, it's all guns and craziness.
Ted's brother says Ted is really like a real guy. And
He says there are moments where he's this real guy, but you will never see it most of the time unless he's with his close family.
So this is an act.
More or less, yeah.
Okay.
He says as a teenager he put coffee grounds in his moving trucks. He was supposed to move one night. His family was going to move, and he had a show that night. He reunited with one of his 2 adopted kids. I guess he gave 2 kids up for adoption when he was younger, and he just reunited with one of the kids in March.
Wow.
And of course he talks about how the kid was liberal and he had to set him straight.
All right, let's do it.
That's great. That's a good very fast.
Ted Nugent stopping by this morning.
Oh God, then we better talk now.
I'm going to get him to play. I'm going to get him to play the guitar like he did on the Huckabee show.
Great.
Yeah.
But Ted talks a lot, so we can sit
I love
back.
that guy. Just talk about hunting all day. I don't care. I'll talk about that with him all day and night.
Who's that who said, why does he talk about hunting? He's a rock guy.
Yeah.
And all we get is hunting stories.
So Ted, are you excited to be back and see Howard?
Yeah, well, when I come to New York, you can see I bring all my friends with me so we can celebrate the New York thing. And how better to celebrate the New York thing than at the Howard Stern show? Plus, they're all big fans. They wanted to meet him. And I said, hey, I got connections. I can make it happen.
All right. Have fun today.
I promise. It's my specialty. Howard deserves me after all these years.
I love Ted Nugent. I think he's one of the best guests around. He always has something to say. He's a fascinating man. And I can't wait to talk to him. Ted Nugent. Look at him. There he is in the flesh. Shot out of a cannon. Hey, Ted.
As usual.
Great to see you. Good seeing you. Pleasure, man.
2011.
You bet. Who thought we'd make it to 2011?
Technical. Is that mic right? Where am I?
You're good.
You're
All right.
good.
So you can actually hear me.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. How are you, man?
We got all the latest technology here. Don't you worry about it.
I don't like any of that stuff. I cause elevators to break. Robin, you look magnificent. How are you? Hello, Fred.
First of all, Fred just walked out.
Did he? Well, get rid of
Don't even
him.
bother
Who
with
needs
him.
him?
There's Benji. Hey, Ted, I was watching you with Governor Huckabee.
Now, this recent one yesterday or...
the one before that.
Okay, yeah,
where
Star
you
Spangled
played the
Banner.
Star Spangled Banner.
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
It was great.
Because, first of all, you never see that on Fox News. You don't see a guy come on with a guitar.
Well, because Ted Nugent brings that with me. I insisted on it. I just bring guitars and amps. You notice I got a guitar and amp here today because you people need this stuff. Every once in a while, we got to remember we all started. It's all about the music. And still all about the music with me.
Because with you, it's become, guns,
No, not really.
conservative.
Only if you pay attention to a sliver of the lunatic fringe media. I still tour like a madman. I'm setting attendance records. I got the greatest band in the world. My life is music, 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 music.
Because I think of you as a music guy, but
Thank
then
you.
because you're such a big personality, I think that you've gotten political.
Well, what I think it is, there's such a overt, toxic, maniac leftist stranglehold, dare I say, on the media that they only attack me for, well, he thinks everybody should own a machine gun. He believes all deer should be put in a blender and poured onto the streets. They go to these maniac extremes, so it's all about that to them. Meanwhile, I'm just touring and making music having the time of my life.
Are you a very wealthy man?
Not a very wealthy man. I'm a comfortable man.
Because I would think in your
I have
heyday,
my pilot in here, if that means anything.
Well, that does mean something. You have the biggest entourage we've ever seen up here.
Well, that's a unique thing, too, because we live in the Midwest. I live down in Texas. We live on a little ranch, so we live a real quiet, old-fashioned, Lewis and Clark kind of lifestyle.
What is a ranch? How many acres is that?
In Michigan, I have about 2,200, but we don't live there anymore. But in Texas, just 300.
Why did you leave Michigan? That was your place.
We lost our home to that terrible mold. Our whole house was poisoned by the mold. My family got terribly sick. Where our dream house existed is a nasty hole in the ground right now. So my wife was in rehab in Texas because of the poison mold, and we were
You're not
homeless.
kidding.
Oh,
You're
no.
saying that mold infested your home. How did that happen? How does that happen to somebody's home?
A very wealthy man with mold?
Yeah.
Yes, believe me. Well, Ed McMahon.
Mold sounds like one of those liberal conspiracies.
Well, no,
Yeah.
it's a mess out there. A lot of people have lost their lives. Kids have gotten dramatically ill.
How did you realize you had mold in your home?
Shemaine couldn't get rid of these debilitating migraines, but she got rid of them when we went on tour, and we were away from the house, and we didn't figure it out at first. But she's really bright. She's smart. She figured out. She kept with it, and she finally figured that she was only, rendered helpless by these migraines when we were home in our beautiful swamp forest, clean, wild ground.
But it's confusing because you weren't getting migraines, right?
Well, no, because I'm only home maybe half as much as she was because I'm touring. I go hunting on hunting trips, so I'm exposed to it. Plus, I'm a 200-pound guy. She's like 85 pounds, so she's susceptible to it. You understand? And she slept there with it. It turned out this Stachybotrys black mold had metastasized through the infrastructure of our home, right behind the damn headboard of the bed.
Oh my
God! So
God.
she slept with it right by her head every night.
And there's no getting rid of that? There's no, you can't burn down the house and start all over?
It takes 2,000 degrees, and it's a metastasizing, outrageous, spore-driven mold. So
why did you pick Texas?
That's where she was in rehab. I've always rock and rolled in Texas. They really love their music down there. It's one of my greatest celebrations of the bluesy type music that I love. And all my hunting buddies are down there. We're there. And I had a buddy that was selling a ranch. So I said, well, geez, I'm going on tour, but I'm going to cancel the tour to be with Shemaine. She said, no. I'm in here. You're a pain in the ass. Just go away. Go on tour. And so I said, well, there's a ranch down here by Waco. Well, let's buy that ranch and we'll start over again. So we did.
Don't you think it's against all odds that you somehow became a musician? Because when I read about your life, your father was the Great Santini, in a sense.
Hardcore disciplinarian.
Have you ever seen the movie The Great Santini?
No, I haven't.
Okay, you got to see that.
But I don't need to even see it. If you equate it with my dad, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Military guy.
Hated rock and roll. The devil's music, the long hair, he hated all that.
And wasn't your dad the type of guy that you would be punished if you didn't pass the food in the right direction?
You
like
remember that interview, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, you and I talked about it about 30 years ago. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so when you're raised with that kind of maniac, was he a maniac?
Well...
Be honest.
No. My brother who lives nearby, and he's probably listening right now. Good morning, Jeff. He might go, damn right he was a maniac. But he was...
He beat you?
No, he didn't beat me. There was a few cuffs against the head when I, got out of line. But the threat of a serious beating was always there, which is a good threat, I think, for parenting.
But he was one of these guys, hated the hippies, this and that, and the other thing.
Well, it was even before the hippies. I mean, there was no hippies, beatniks. He hated the music. He hated all that stuff. He hated that. He was a drill sergeant when he was 19.
So how do you find music? Was he abusive to your mother?
My mom and her sister Nancy were guitar wranglers at all the parties. We had great family Christmas parties and Thanksgiving parties all the time. And my mom and her sister Nancy would grab acoustic guitars and beat out like Peter, Paul, and Mary classics and make fun of them.
Thank God for your mother, right?
Oh, absolutely. Thank God for my mother. But Howard, thank God for my dad, too, even though he went way over the top with the discipline. What is more important in life, and you guys getting up as early as you do, you don't have a quality of life without discipline.
That's true.
And I'm a happy son of a bitch.
Because you have that. That's why you never fell into drugs. That's why you have that sense of discipline.
And why I get on tour on time. Why I'm here on time in the morning. Why I'm an asset to my family.
Did your father sit you down and say, I don't want you playing that fucking guitar?
He hated it. He turned that shit down.
Right?
I don't remember any of those references, but he hated it.
He hated it.
But he made me practice every day. And even though, and remember, you and I were born, Les Paul just invented the damn thing.
That's right.
Chuck Berry and Bo Diddley were bombarding us, and then Elvis, and then the Stones and the Beatles brought all this American black music to the forefront.
Who were your influences?
Everybody.
The Beatles?
The Beatles, the Stones, certainly Chuck and Bo before that. And I discovered Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, Mose Alice, and Lightning Hopkins, and what the Yardbirds and the Stones and the Beatles Beatles and Paul Butterfield Blues Band. Are you kidding me?
Did you
Mitch
put your
Ryder and Detroit
10,000
Wheels.
hours of practice in? Did you take guitar lessons?
I did, from Joe Podorczyk at the Capitol School of Music on Grand River, and he came on stage with me 2 years ago and did my 6,000th concert with me in Detroit. We played the same honky-tonk and boogie-woogie that we did 50 years earlier.
Do you know how to read music?
I do not.
You don't?
I did in the beginning.
Right, and then you kind of
But then
let it go.
it's all about feel anyhow. I mean, the best way to describe the ultimate music, if I may, is when in '78, one of the greatest guitar players ever, I got to jam with B.B. King, Howard. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, he's amazing.
I mean, you got to be kidding me.
He was amazing.
I got to jam with Stevie Ray Vaughan and Johnny Winter, and I jammed with all these masters. So in 1978, we had a new band opening up for us. They called themselves Van Halen. And I remember they were doing a sound check, and I'm hearing this guitar, and I'm going, holy motherfucker, what the hell kind of sound is, who's this guy?
Right.
So I went out front during the sound check, and there's Eddie just cranking with his new, enlightened, outrageously defiant guitar sound, like Hendrix gone mad. And I went, wow, that is some cool shit. What a sound. And I didn't even recognize the amps. I'm going, what is that you got to... So I went up and he went, Ted Nugent, wow, I can't believe Ted Nugent's here. We can hug me, and he goes, you're my hero. And I learned, and he started playing my licks. And I said, what kind of amp is this?
Right.
And so he gave me his guitar, and he goes, here, you do it. So now here's Eddie with the uniquely unprecedented Eddie sound.
Right.
And I remember my guitar tech was there, and a bunch of my buddies, and because we all love guitar, we love music, and we love what this kid was doing. It was awesome. So I got his guitar because I was fascinated. I didn't recognize any of this gear. I don't know what it was, because he just bastardized all these Marshalls and Fenders and created. So I picked it up, and when I started playing, it sounded just as if I had my Birdland coming out of my Fender amps,
Right.
because it is all about the touch.
So, in other words, when you hear a guy playing guitar and it's totally unique, it blows you away, because most guys aren't going to blow you away. You've pretty much heard everything.
Yeah, but there's
But
always
when he
something
came
new.
along, it
Blew
was
me
like,
away.
and you thought, well, maybe it is the equipment, but it's not the equipment.
I did think it was that for a minute, but then when I picked it up, damn, it sounded just like me. But it was cool. It sounded great. He's a magical technician with an unbelievable, soulful, primal, raw musicality.
But is it hard for you to get along with guys like him, because he's not a disciplined guy?
Well,
he's not like you in the sense that you have this very conservative lifestyle, in the sense that you get up early, you do your thing,
Yeah.
you know what, you know.
And you do music like a
Right.
business.
That's right.
Yeah, well, not really. I do music like music, but I make sure Doug Banker's nearby to make sure I get paid right.
Right.
So it is in business. But no, that's an important question. Do I get along with him? I've always got along perfectly. I mean,
because you're talking music.
But then there are times, and I've jammed with Eddie at the NAMM show and impromptu stuff, and it got to the point where I think drunk is cute at first, but then the next time it's not so cute, and by the third time it's just a pain in the ass.
Right.
And I love you, Eddie, if you're listening, but he was always drunk and zombie, and you couldn't communicate, and one of the stumbling party fools. And no, I can't get along with
Sammy Hagar said that in his book. He said, it got sad for him because Eddie couldn't play his own licks after a while. He couldn't even do his own thing.
We jammed, and again, Brian May and Eddie and I jammed at a NAMM show. And Brian May, no matter whether you play guitar or not, but especially if you play guitar, you want to pay attention. You want to pick up on what they're doing. You're listening. The greatest music in the world and the greatest musicians in the world is all about listening and respecting and picking up.
Even after you've put in the years you have, you're still listening.
You can pick up new stuff every day. I played with Kimmel's band live on the Kimmel Show, right, with Cleto and the guys. And one of the reasons originally on Letterman, I said, call Letterman. I don't really care about the interview. When I want to play with that band, these guys kick ass. Great.
Did you do it?
Yes, I did. So when I played with Cleto, when I played with the Letterman, Paul Schaefer and the guys, it's a musical orgy, man. It's so much fun. I don't know how often you do see me, but have you ever seen me where I'm just not about to blow up with laughter and smiles? I love that musical communication.
That's why it's weird to me that you get pegged as the gun guy or this. Although, speaking of guns, I got to say something.
Guns are
Ronnie
cool.
said, so when you came up today, he said you had. Oh,
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Well, I got some special friends with me. I train with the federal marshals. I conduct federal raids.
Well, I was going to say you had a federal marshal with you, right?
Yes.
I mean, you
so
travel with the federal.
We had to leave some hardware in the vestibule.
Wait, you said you do raids?
Yeah. I've been a sheriff deputy since 1982 in Michigan.
Really?
And I'm a constable in McLennan County, Texas. And I conduct the Falcon raids, federal and local cops organized nationally, like Lenny DePaul's Manhunter TV show, where they go after all these paroled felons, the most dangerous, evil pricks in the world.
You do this stuff?
I do this in Texas, yeah.
And have you ever come close to getting shot yourself?
I think you're always close to getting shot.
Have you ever had to kill a guy doing this stuff?
I have not had to fire my weapon.
But you would if you had to.
Yeah, hello. I'm looking.
So in Texas, you can walk around with a gun, right? I mean, you're allowed to carry a gun.
I can carry a gun nationwide because I'm law enforcement. We passed a law, House Bill 218, a number of years ago, where all official law enforcement is able to carry.
So in New York, you're allowed to carry?
Yes.
So you have a badge?
Yes, I do.
He's going to show. Oh, there's the badge.
There's the badge.
All right.
Look at that.
Is that adorable?
It is adorable.
Because I am the Motor City Madman. I not only wrote Wang Dang Sweet Poontang, but I meant it.
Have you ever?
And I might kick down here. By the way, Howard, you're gonna love this. So we're on these federal raids. We're after these, murderers and rapists and carjackers and meth runners, and we're kicking down doors at 3 a.m. and just screaming. I'm going to be filming this soon.
But how do you have time for this? I mean, you're a musician. You travel. When do you? I mean, you have to get a certain amount of training. You have to have hours that you put in.
I train all the time. In fact, a lot of the federal agents train at my place in Texas because I have a 770-yard sniper range. In fact, when Bush, God, I can tell you some stories. Man.
Have you ever signed an autograph for a person you're arresting? Does anyone go?
That's
Oh my
what I was
God!
about to tell you.
Yeah, right.
We get these subhuman scum dogs. And they're all eating the drool and the spittle, and the houses are all wall-to-wall feces and just just the lowest subhuman maggot life you've ever seen. And I'm just repulsed. I want to shoot them, but just out of principle.
Right.
And we cuff them, we put them on the curb, and they're over there like this, sitting in their own shit and they're pissing in their pants, and they're, motherfucker, I didn't do nothing bad. And they look up and they go, that's Ted fucking Nugent.
That's going to be a great moment.
I said, nobody's that good looking. Shut the fuck up.
This entourage that you travel with.
Well, I don't travel. This is a unique. Remember, every time I've ever come, I've always been by myself.
I
just
know.
Me and my wife.
Now, was that your son who walked in?
But these people love your show, and they wanted to meet you.
A guy came in and set up your guitar for you.
That's my son. That's my son.
I said, that guy looks like Ted. I said, what, does everyone travel with Ted Nugent? Looks like Ted Nugent?
That could be his son.
Yeah. That's my son, Toby, and my son, Fleetwood, is out here. He's 42, and my daughter, Sasha. And
Fleetwood after Fleetwood Mac?
No, it was after the Cadillac, I think.
Okay, Fleetwood. Okay.
I was like 18.
Wait, your son Toby with you. He travels with you. He knows how to play guitar, evidently, because he was setting this thing up.
No, he doesn't really. He can beat on a little bit, but he doesn't play guitar per se. But, he's my son, and whenever I do anything, my number one choice in life is, hey, can you come with me? So all my kids can all do everything.
Does he work with you?
There's not a list that my children aren't willing to do.
Do your children have to go out and get a straight job?
They all have real jobs. They all kick ass. Absolutely.
They do.
Well, then how do they get to go on tour? I mean, you got to stay at work.
Well, Toby works for me, for example, so he's got a good connection with his boss.
I see.
So now I would love to talk to your kids and find out what kind of...
I would love for you to talk to my kids.
Can I tell you something about you as a father? Now, I don't know you that well, but I would think you would be a very difficult father, and I'll tell you why.
I'd be interested to hear my kids on the Howard Stern show where they let it all hang out because I
think they're afraid to let it hang out.
I don't think not
I
at
think
all.
If they
my
said
kids
something
aren't
negative,
afraid of nothing. They go, well, that motherfucker is something else.
No, you are a very strong personality, and I would think.
But the love and the discipline is equally as strong.
Are any of your kids liberal in their politics?
Not at all.
Because you don't allow it, do you?
Well, no, we communicate. We're hardcore communicators, and they examine the same evidence that I do.
But Ted.
And an honest examination of the evidence will bring you to the same conclusion that we have come to.
But Ted, even Ted, I don't know how many people know this. When he was a very young man, you had to give 2 kids up for adoption, right?
Fleetwood in the other room is one of them.
Okay.
Is that right?
And we talked for the first time on his 42nd birthday.
And Fleetwood was a liberal when you met him, right?
Well.
And you browbeat him into becoming a conservative.
No, you need to talk to Fleetwood. In fact, Fleetwood's out there if you want to fetch him.
Well, where are your kids? Let me say hello to them. I hear your daughter is a very good-looking woman.
Well, my wife is just insane gorgeous.
Yes.
She's the Zumba goddess. My daughter, Sasha, is insane gorgeous. All my children are gorgeous because they take care of themselves. They're athletic, and they're very fit. They are very conscientious.
Your daughter is married?
My daughter, Sasha's married.
And when a guy... Sasha, is that Sasha?
That's Sasha, and that's Fleetwood, and that's Toby.
Sasha, let me ask you a quick question. Your father... Because you are such a beautiful woman, would he allow guys to have, like I can't imagine some... How did your husband even approach Ted.
Her husband's out there if you want to ask him.
Well, because I just think that you'd be so unbearable.
I'm easy.
Yeah, I mean, really, it was no problem.
Aren't you guys afraid to say something critical of Ted? The fact is,
hell no.
yes, you are. If you are critical of this guy,
close.
if you are critical, boys.
Oh boy.
Toby looks browbeaten.
He's tired. We got him for the Howard Stern show.
Toby, he's such
Go
a
by the
dominant.
mic. He's got a mic.
Okay. He's such a dominant personality.
I think when I was younger, I was probably scared to speak up. But as I get older and have a better relationship with him, I think he respects my opinion, and I give it to him.
But isn't life all about Ted? Even as a kid, it was all about Ted and not about you. I want to be honest here for a minute.
No, I don't think that at all.
Really?
Growing up, if you grow up in a certain situation, I think those things don't ever become relevant or obvious to you until you get older. I have a 9-year-old son, and I'm learning more about my childhood now that I'm a parent.
And how do you raise Jack? Kind of like I raised you?
Pretty much.
Well, listen, who has a choice around it? That's what I'm saying. I think Ted.
No, it's not that way.
I love Ted, but I would think it would be incredibly difficult to be Ted's son or daughter.
It's a riot. Are you having a riot
Not
here or what?
at all.
That's pretty
Well,
amazing.
he's telling you it's a riot.
because we share riots. We have a riot. We do everything together.
What if your daughter voted for Obama? Would that drive you crazy?
I'd probably slap the shit out of her.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I'm being silly. I'm being silly. No, like,
everyone has to be conservative, right?
Piers Morgan.
You don't have to be. It just
worked out that way.
Yeah.
All right.